Welcome to Run the Block. This is episode 3. As just a kind of quick note, because I'm sure some folks are probably noticing different elements in the setup, I want to introduce our new player, Zach. I want to make sure that folks understand at home that Michael and his character, Billy, both are still absolutely welcome in the game and community. It's just his schedule, unfortunately, kind of went skew and no longer matches up with this one. So we're replacing him with Zach, and we're going to start with Zach describing the character that he has built very shortly before this game, and also telling us a bit about himself, his history with Cyberpunk, with this specific version of it, and so on. Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah. Okay. I'll start with.
I said, oh man, I was hoping that Wilbur was gonna like jump in.
No, I didn't want to spoil it this early.
I appreciate you, but it's probably gonna happen. So
it'll happen a lot.
Zach.
I have been playing games for time. I've been playing in Cyberpunk since you started Cyberpunk. With this character that I put up, Zigzag. But I am not playing Zigzag anymore. That was a character from decades ago. So yeah. Do you need anything specific about me, or is that good?
That's sufficient. Cool. I thought you were segueing that perfectly into just telling us about your character.
Who I'm playing now. Yeah. I am going to be playing an older solo by the name of Grip. He is a large man due to an internal frame. He's a solo that's been operating for a while now, and has fallen in and out of a few crews, has a bit of a reputation with REO Meatwagon. And is currently actually a fairly wanted person in police circles, maybe not publicly, amongst like fixers and corpos, but he's currently known amongst the law as a wanted entity, if you will.
Yep. So a couple of connectors I want to kind of throw out there and just make sure that folks are aware of kind of the background that was kind of rolled a little bit. Not ultimately, because again, you all have your secrets, but just to kind of connect this character with your group a bit more. So firstly, there was a part in your background that said that your childhood environment was gangers. You were kind of tied in with them. And also there was another note in your background about location kind of being inside of a combat zone in an old hollowed out kind of like hotel or department store or something like that, right? This would be prior, due just to your age, than I think anybody on the board. However, their stories may be similar to yours in that way because of when you kind of grew up. You just would be a bit more senior than these individuals. I'm going to say that the combat zone that you were born and raised in would be the old combat zone, which during 2040, the 2040s, 2050s, which would be kind of contemporary with your childhood, the entirety of, I'm going to draw on the map here, the entirety of this, I'm going to try to draw on the map. It's going to let me, maybe? Let's see. What in the name of everything that is... There we go. Everything that was basically inside of this red section was effectively just a lawless area where people were might makes right, kind of doing what they wanted, forming up in squads, gangs, yo gangs, etc., and just doing what they could to survive. I would say that would be the case for you, and a lot of your kind of history with Night City has to do with this area, which has become nicer. As everyone knows, this is now Vista Del Rey for kind of the rightmost section and the Glen for the southern section. And so, yeah, a very nice, like the last decade or 2 or 3 have been really nice compared to your youth. And I'd say the gang that you kind of affiliated with would be the proto gang that some folks have connections to as well, that eventually went on to become the Valentinos. So
Right.
In that way, you kind of have a tether to the Valentinos. You are not bound by them in any way. But yeah, your connection from childhood is Valentino related. Then there was the role for friends and enemies. I'm not going to get into too much regarding your enemy, but you're more than free to bring forward any details on that if you want to. Pause for any... No?
I think it's known publicly that Bart does not care for me,
Okay. Yeah.
but I don't know if it's public why.
Bart is kind of seeking you out.
Yes.
This motherfucking Bart.
This motherfucking Bart.
This motherfucking Bart.
So what I would say is that the reasons for that would be known slightly by Kincaid. Kincaid,
Yes.
you are aware that your department's investigations were being kind of seconded by Sin, right? When you ran, like, a crime scene, you would basically throw it out. So information was being kind of put to Bart's department, and that could be why he was able to kind of like lure you the way he did.
Yeah. We would have worked closely.
You remember that when this individual Grip became important to Sin was right around a point where a meetup between the Raff and Shiv, or Wraiths, and drug smugglers, so far as yet unidentified drug smugglers, which would have basically blown the case wide open because you would have known who in Night City is like on the receiving end,
right?
For this glitter that's kind of coming into the space, but it was ruined, from what you can understand, by a massive kerfuffle happening and the cops being present. Jarvis specifically. So he would have known that that was going to be something you were looking forward to busting, and he may have done something to affect that, right? Is a thought that you might have. But on the other side, you would know that this guy, Grip, is guilty of killing innocents, citizens of Night City, and at least one, there is a report that another officer might have died at the scene, but no full detailed report on how he passed or is really given by the department. But he killed at least one police officer in this mix-up and was present at that scene.
Okay.
So he's a caught
So I know that he is alleged to be responsible.
Right. Well,
he's
at least guilty of murder, and he was at the scene. Why he killed the people he killed is not determined. So
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So past that job that our good friend Grip took for whatever happened at that scene. It's Grip's story to tell. But that job was put on by a friend of his, an individual named Molly Stone. Not Molly Tov, don't associate the two. Molly's a pretty common name. Molly Stone is a member of the Faraway clan. Now, the reason why they get along is they've got history. Not ultimately of a romantic nature, but they've got history. Up to you to determine how that works. But Molly got Grip the job, and that's why he was there. That's pretty common knowledge to anybody in the Faraway clan, because they were expecting to kind of assault some people who were basically trying to move in on Dustin and kind of run stuff basically on faraway land. That makes sense to you, Jonah?
Yeah.
Cool. And obviously you're catching what I'm putting down, Zach. Plural, Zachs. Great.
I drifted in that.
I appreciate your service. That said, they are all kind of connected in that way. And then to Hungry, the way that you know Grip is that motherfucker is a very reliable gunman. He is a close works bodyguard type in most fixers like Rolodexes, but you also have him listed as someone who can kind of go into a situation and get out, taking whoever, whatever, or both evers you need out of the place. Like, that's the guy, right? And you were aware that he was kind of like away or out of the scene, which is why he wasn't on the list when you first started calling people for this job. But you got a text the day that we did the Friday, so the day after the first job went through. You would have gotten a text basically letting you know that Grip is back and looking for work. And how would that text look, Zach? Just simple, easy.
It's very, very simple. It's just like I'm looking. Not even nothing other than I'm looking. No period, no question mark, nothing. I'm looking.
In the midst of that same night, Billy, like the first night you kind of did your meetings together, kind of says, "Hey, can I talk to you on the side?" And that would be to Hungry.
Yeah, what's going on, Guillotine?
I got a problem, man. When I met with, when I went down to the afterlife and talked to him, he mentioned something about a friend of mine who got shot in the head a while ago. I really want to help you with this gig, but that first gig got me enough money that I was looking for. I don't mean to back out like this, but if I don't put this money into finding Molly's parents, she could die. Like forever, ever. Is there any way? I mean, I'll whatever you need, but I gotta back out.
I get it, kid. If I were in your shoes, I'd probably do the same thing. I don't know. Just keep in mind going forward. If your word ain't worth a fuck in this city, then you ain't worth a fuck.
It's a situation where my heart, unfortunately, has to go against my word. The timing's off, and I know it. And whatever I need to make this right with you and me, I'll do it. I just need some time.
Yeah, and I know your situation. I don't blame you for doing what you're doing. There's no hard feelings. Once you're past all this, get a hold of me. I'll keep you busy.
You got it. And he'll kind of head out. And then that's kind of like at the point where these two things kind of seem to click. But if you want to be funny and call somebody else, we can go ahead and bring them here on Sundays and kick this other Zach off right away. No, I'm joking.
After all the work he did.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, I guess I'm free this Sunday.
I would. The greatest fucking prank John's ever pulled. Just wasted like fucking 4
Haha, Grip
hours
died,
of my
haha.
life.
Magic coronary, haha.
I mean, you say it that
So
way,
funny.
and maybe I should have gone for it, but no, I'm kidding. Honestly,
So funny.
I wanted to play a game with you, and you're no longer.
No room for solos, haha.
Should have built a rocker. Daniel's really mad we don't have a rocker. Because remember, you don't have a rocker boy anymore, which means you can't spend your luck after a roll is made.
Fuck
You
Let's
you
not
have
be
to
sad
spend it.
that Zach
I'm
is
sad. I'm sad that he's not a rocker. That's it. I'm happy he's here.
Maybe he can learn.
Okay.
Maybe he can
I'm way
learn.
too happy that we don't have a rocket.
I'm gonna
I don't
multi-class.
like it.
No, no, I'm not.
Makes the game too easy.
It makes the game a bit more difficult, but
He's so happy about it. Don't let him lie.
think about it this way. You also have a badass solo who, as you may have heard from his description, is really big. A really big guy to hide behind.
Yes.
That's what you want.
Yeah, we needed that. We needed it
Quick
real
question. Would Kincaid recognize Grip on sight?
Oh
Alone?
yeah. It would
Okay.
definitely be like you know how you're like. I'm assuming like cops like walk past the wanted board in the morning.
Yeah.
And they're
If he's,
kinda
if he's,
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. Like he's a big enough name. He's a big enough, collar.
Yep.
Gotcha.
But hungry, your move.
Yeah, I would immediately reach out to Grip.
Okay. If you bring him in for a meet, to get through like the particulars, because we obviously don't have to go over it unless you want to roleplay it out fully. But the details of the job are known to Zach, based on the reading. So
Yeah.
I do want to role play it out.
all right.
Yeah.
So then, invited to Mega Building H3. You've been out of commission or doing your own thing for a long enough that when he says to meet at this location, you're kind of like, huh? Because the office in the old location is where you knew he was at.
Yeah. So I actually show up kind of on alert, almost like I'm showing up on site to a mission because I don't know this is your new place.
Yeah, so you'd be met at the beginning, at the bottom, like at the entrance to the Mega Building by Valentino's.
Before I get to the entrance and I have this location, is there a... No, you know what? That's fine. I'll just approach.
What? No, give it to me. Give it to me. That's
I have a sniper rifle, so I would want to scope this
okay.
fucking place out first because I'm a solo and I'm not an idiot. Like, I want to watch this place and see if I can see anything coming in and out that I recognize like assess for threats.
What I want you to give me is 2 rolls. I want you to give me a stealth roll to do it without being caught, and I want you to give me a perception roll to see what you can figure out about the place. And if you want to switch your combat awareness to whatever you need it to be, go nuts.
And what was it?
Stealth and then perception.
Why do I have seriously wounded on?
You're not wounded.
You didn't reset your health.
You didn't reset your health. We're gonna add 4 to
That's
that.
very funny.
Add 4 to that.
It starts you.
It's because you're old.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
right?
knee, my fucking knee.
I'm just so fucking old, man.
I can't be stealthy. I can't squat down like Spider-Man.
It's too real.
Things just pop. Oh, wait. What was it? It was stealth, and then what was it?
Perception, under awareness. I finally met the peak of DMing.
Oh, no.
So you don't see any kind of like... You hide really well, but you don't see anything that's particularly noteworthy. It just looks like they're gangers that are kind of protecting the place. Let's cap, for sure. But you decide that it's not a problem. Hungry wouldn't have called you out here. You don't think you fucked with Hungry or like crossed him, so
right.
Whatever happens, I mean, maybe you'll decide that you deserved it. Like anyway, you move up to
Question: How long? Sorry, how long has it been since he was like active, like since the incident that you brought up before?
Oh, it's Zach's choice.
I'd say like 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
So that's perfect. I've been off the force since then.
in fact, maybe
So I
the
don't.
inciting incident of you and Bart like having to have that meet was because this job this position here, like the sting went sour.
Okay. When I first suspected that there was
Yeah, and that's why you
some
called.
tampering.
That's why you called
Okay.
because it was like so. Basically, then after that, like as you were getting through the paperwork of getting kicked, um, you saw all the wanted posters and would recognize him, and that Jarvis specifically was like pushing it.
Okay.
So the front door, Valentino gangers will kind of like see you. They kind of look at their agents and then kind of look at you, and then they kind of stop you at like it's basically like security doors that you'd have like at a stadium or something. The kind of rotating metal bars. They would stop you there and they would say, "Just a minute. If you're here for somebody, we'll know in a second." And then another Valentino-looking guy's already on the approach up, just as you're about to register that or talk to that guy. He says, "Hey," and you'd recognize him as Chino, Hungary's #1 guy, and he'll kind of like seed you through. And once you're past that and kind of moving up the way, he says, "How's it been?"
Just kind of shakes his head.
Chino kind of nods and like gets you in the elevator, hits some buttons, and you see him hit the top floor, and then kind of goes, "Well, you were actually probably one of my first suggestions to the boss for this job, but too bad you were off commission. We started it up, but fortunately, one of the guys he put on had to step aside, and well, here we are." And
Guess I'm glad I could come back.
he's like, "You didn't do anything wrong." Elevator goes on up to the top. You exit out into the penthouse floor, a couple hallways here and there, and you'll end up at a strangely familiar looking door to you. And when it opens, the interior is the exact office inside of the storage warehouse that he had down in the Glen. And so you're kind of like, okay, you definitely put some good money into moving the whole damn thing, but it's exactly the same office that you've been in this character probably several times before.
Hungry would stand up and kind of faster than what he would normally move to shake your hand.
He would meet that energy. Immediately going and clasping. I imagine it's like a quick dap.
Yeah, they're
God damn, as I live and breathe. Is that you, OG? Still kicking.
It's going to take a lot more to take me down there, buddy. You heard what happened?
Only bits and pieces. I usually don't go off rumors.
You don't mind I'm on the other side of some folks right now? Kind of winks at you.
Yeah. I heard you're looking for work and you're trying to lay low. I can offer you a place to stay here in my building, and I got plenty of work coming my way, and I need you right now.
You mean I can pack up the tent? No, I'm just kidding, man. I do appreciate you offering me a place.
It's not the best. You'll be sharing probably a room with a couple of veterans that I keep here in the building. I think
Sure,
you'll get
you got
along with them.
4 walls and a roof, right?
Yeah.
Better than where I am.
And Max always up here cooking. I'm thinking about reopening the Astral Sea down a couple floors below, getting him a nice restaurant set up for himself. I think he deserves that.
Sure. So, we doing anything tonight, or can I unpack and plan for the morning?
No, yeah, absolutely. Chino here, he can show you down to the room. And I'll get the whole group together here soon, and we'll go over all the dates.
I appreciate you answering my text.
Oh, it's good to have you back. Just know, as long as you're working for me, I'll do everything I can to have your back.
You know, it's always the same for me.
I fucking love this energy.
Hell
You get a small apartment. I'll have to figure one out, but it'll probably be one like studio or one bedroom, so closer to like the median floors slash like the kind of lower floors. Um, but again, not too bad for what you got. But I would say that it's a connected one, like Hungry said. Looks like these ones are kind of allotted out of some of the Valentino spaces that are they're kind of in the back corner, right? They're like behind some kind of, restaurant or something, and they're not very like accessible or good, right? But they seem to
Right.
have been kind of, given over for this purpose. You managed to, find your spot in everything, and because I don't want to make any characters up right now, I would say that like you don't really get associated with any of the other veterans that are, or any of the veterans that are present there. Okay, and then you wanted to do a meet tonight to just kind of ingratiate and like go over.
I don't know. I figured it was kind of like in the evening time, so maybe tomorrow would be better.
Gotcha.
Or,
That'll work. So yeah, you're able to sleep on a nice bed, so you won't be under any ill effects. Now I mentioned that last session we were going to discuss downtime, and I did block out some stuff in the notifications regarding that specifically. At least I thought I did. Did I not hit enter on this?
I heard a message come through just now.
That's funny. That's just been sitting there for a week. I never hit enter.
They all have the
Neat.
same amount of time to read it as I do.
Gracia.
Even footing.
I thought oh my god. Okay. So downtime activities, going to the hospital. So if you're wanting to go to the hospital to heal, remove injuries, like typical kind of ER stuff, it's going to require downtime, at least one kind of day of downtime. There are miscellaneous activities that can be done that are listed in the book. These will be kind of role associated abilities and stuff, and they typically will have like day allotments kind of associated with them. Those go to that, and that kind of goes with like tech and stuff. Techies have like a chart that tells exactly how many days it takes to do X, like that. Role abilities is also kind of under that, but there are some abilities that are miscellaneous and not role abilities, so I felt it necessary to separate them. These can also, as long as they're kind of being done in a fashion that doesn't kind of remove you from your space, you can do these during a gig if you find free time during it as well. Shopping. If you're looking for items, typically you're going to go through your fixer, and you have a fixer, and their ability, a part of their ability operator is called reach, which allows them to kind of get more for you. So normally your characters can only find expensive or higher items if you pay a massive premium on that, like a doubling of price. Now, when it comes to Hungry, he can get you expensive items without issue. And when his rank goes up, he'll be able to get you very expensive items without issue. But he can also try and pull together like resources once per kind of mission, effectively, to try and get something beyond that. I believe this limiter that I have, and I didn't list it in there, it's basically he can get up to one luxury item per like job, and once that's been expended for his ability, that's kind of done. But he can also use his role ability to start a night market, and that kind of opens the gamut up even further. And then any surgery that says it has a hospital stay will require 1 day worth of downtime. And when you request that, you need to roll 30% chance, or roll a d100 for to see if the 30% chance winds up. And if it does, you can't get the appointment for your surgery on that day unless you have a dedicated Ripper Doc. So, since this group does not have a dedicated Ripper Doc, even though Hungry has connected to Ripper Docs, you'll still need to kind of make the call, and they'll need to kind of fit them into their schedule. And I'll say, depending on the role-playing situation, it may be the case that you can pull strings and pay extra to try and kind of force the Ripper to do it now, right? Okay. Any questions regarding downtime?
How frequently would you want us to be able to spend improvement points, things like that? Is
Sure.
that just at end of missions?
At the end of a mission, you can spend it, and you can also refresh your luck.
Gotcha.
So you've technically completed a mission. So if there was IP from that last job you wanted to spend, you could have.
I think we all got 20. I don't know
Yeah.
if anybody has anything to spend 20 on. I was just curious.
Yep. Okay.
Cool.
So then you would meet on Saturday, probably early, but not like super early. I don't think anyone here is a psychopath. So maybe Squids, but you would all get together, just to meet with the new hire. And I'll just leave that to you. I'm not even going to say anything.
I appreciate you guys all coming out tonight. Unfortunately, Guillotine's no longer going to be working with us. He's had some personal issues come up, and he's not going to be available for the job. And even if he was, with what he's got going on, I don't think his head would be in the game. So I took the liberty of finding us a replacement. This is Grip. Grip, this is the team.
Just kind of tips his head to everyone in the room. Doesn't say anything.
I do not make eye contact with him.
I do. And without saying so, I extend the same professional courtesy to him, despite better judgment, and I don't scan his police record via optics. Last thing I need is that to ping somewhere in a database.
That actually raises a great point, because the way that the game typically deals with recognition, because again, it's not someone you're 100% sure, but yeah, you're pretty much sure, right? I would say
That's what you said.
Yeah, I would say to lock it in for sure. At this point, go ahead and roll a d10. And I would say for the case here, it's going to be a 2 rep. So if you roll a
Could
2...
it be something like criminology?
No.
Oh, you
No.
want to do reputation
It's
stuff.
a reputation roll. So yeah, you're going to roll d10. If it's 2 or less, you know him. You know this is. If not, it's kind of like a hunch. Like a... Yeah.
8.
So we're basically in a part where it's like, this motherfucker looks familiar, and I recognize him.
That guy's some kind of criminal.
Yeah, that guy looks like a criminal to me.
You just fucking profiled the shit out of me. You fucking
Put my
cop.
detective hat on.
Fucking cop. Okay, back to you.
This handsome fella sitting here with the big glasses, this is Squints. The angry-looking fellow over there, that's Big Toe. We got Kincaid, one that is eye-fucking you right there. And then we got the quiet kid in the corner, that's Leo.
I'll just shift awkwardly in my seat when you say my name.
Is this gonna change our hours we work? Because does he have to be back early for the early bird special or something? I just
How-
didn't know
how
for
old is
nap
Grip?
time or something.
Grip looks like he's past middle age, but not old. Like 50s,
Okay.
maybe
Okay,
60s.
the new oldest.
Like older.
19. I will make the joke.
Yeah, go
yeah.
nuts.
Grip doesn't respond. It doesn't phase him. Call him old. He's looking around the room. You're factually accurate. Like he'll let you take the shot.
He's very proud of himself.
Confidence of you. Grippy has been around for a long time. He knows the way things work here in this city. He's partly the reason a lot of things are the way they are around here. I think he's going to bring a lot of experience and a lot of strategy to our team. You do well to pay attention. You might learn a thing or two about getting gray hairs. Not a lot of motherfuckers do that these days around here.
Makes sense. Nice to meet you, sir.
Hungry, I don't
He's
suppose. Sorry,
he's
go
our
ahead.
tech. Kincaid, he's got ties to the fuzz. Leo's our net runner, and Big Toe's muscle. He's also a hell of a driver.
Hungry,
Muscle,
I
you
don't
say?
suppose you had an exit interview with Guillotine, did you?
Yeah, I talked to him. He came to me, let me know what's going on in his personal life.
You trust him to stay quiet?
I wouldn't say that I trust him to stay quiet, but I think kid's got a lot of bad shit going on right in front of him, and sooner or later he's gonna need some eddies to help him handle that, and he knows who to come talk to. I don't think he'll talk.
All right.
So far the plan that we got, Grip, is we're gonna pay these guys over at the bug place. We're gonna get equipment, gear, look real legit, so that we can get in to the jewelry store, gank the Valentino's gear, and get the hell out of there. We
What
have
are you,
a
what are you planning on leaving for evidence?
I mean, hopefully, if we go that route, we can be in and out without, any kind of evidence.
Makes a lot more sense to point the finger at somebody other than us, right? Some way we can get some evidence from a rival gang or maybe a different corpo, plant that in our place.
Yeah, there's something I haven't thought of. That's a good idea. I definitely have a few contenders in mind. I'd be willing to frame.
Can't be that hard to, you know, drop a fingerprint or set a couple of hairs from somebody. Leave some
Out of
DNA.
character, I really hope it's that same guy I framed for stealing that helicopter.
No.
Eric from the Voodoo Boys.
Yeah, Eric from the Voodoo Boys. The whitest kid you know.
That scumbag. If Kincaid has access to it, I'll, share what information I have. I feel like I would have taken a photo of Daniel Chang
Mm-hmm.
and of the van. Explain his situation. Daniel Chang, this guy needs $2,500, and his partner needs another 1,000. He says the third guy in his troop doesn't need a cut, but something about loose ends bothers me. I feel like we either cut him in somehow or make it look like this guy was taken out. Non-lethal.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think that's the move. I mean, you never know if a guy like that's willing to do something else for a couple of eddies, but I think it's our best shot of getting in and out of there with the least amount of resistance. So I'll say, 2,500 to the boss, 1,000 to his guy, and we'll do 500 to the fucking stooge, just to keep his mouth shut.
The van itself, from what I gathered, is not protected by any means. There may be cameras in the parking garage, but the thing itself is unlocked. They were hoping
Yeah.
it would be stolen.
You got no problem continuing to facilitate this. If I give you the money, you'll get it where it needs to go and get what we need.
I can make arrangements.
All right. I went ahead and wired you to 4,000.
I'd prefer it look like their gear and their van was stolen to cover loose ends. So if it's a matter of roughing up the individuals after payment, perhaps.
I mean, it won't
Just
be
to
the
cover the
first
story.
van that I've ever stolen.
Might be the easiest.
I need it to look like it was Barghest.
I don't know what Barghest is.
It's a gang.
Okay. I totally know what Barghest is.
For
I'm
your
a good detective.
quick lore drop. Barcast is a gang that was formed out of members of the new United States of America's military service that was left stranded in Pacifica, Southern Night City, during the Unification War 7 years ago. They were led by their major, I believe, or colonel, rather, and basically formulated a gang inside of the combat zone of Pacifica, walled it off, and called it Dogtown. Barcast is now in decline because that motherfucker died, the colonel, and then the guy who replaced him died because he got killed by Night Knight, the Night City Knight.
I forgot about Night Night.
A rumor, a legend, very rare. Like most people take it as a joke. That can't be real. That's fake.
Night night.
I know.
That's awesome.
But
That was Steve.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was in that game.
Yeah.
Chody was too. Remember Chody?
Yeah, remember Chody? Remember that game that you
Jump
played in?
Good game.
Yeah, that is
GG, yo.
just like
GG.
all Cyberpunk games are supposed to. Me winning and you not.
But if we're gonna make it look stolen, we can't steal this until the 11th. Then, if we steal it too early, it's gonna have to get reported stolen, and then they're gonna know we're coming. But someone has their equipment.
He's right. It has to happen the same day. And on top of that, we need volunteers. Who's going inside? I'm willing, but I don't know how to crack a cyber safe, whatever this is.
I could probably take care of that part. If you want me in.
Yeah, I'd say ideally Kincaid. I think if somebody ends up having to talk their way out of it, you're probably the best guy for the job. As far as what we need to get in and get what we need, Squints has to be in there. And I think if it's all right with you, Grip, I think you should be the perfect guy to have in there as a third, in case things go the wrong way.
Grip nods.
So if the three of you are all up for it, then you'd be the three going in. The rest of us would be close by, ready to do what we need to do to help you out if it comes to that.
I do want to bring up the size and build of the three individuals. If we're going to make this look legit.
Yeah, Daniel Chang was.
He was bigger.
Yeah, he was about your size. You would kind of have the profiles on them. And so you would know that the other two guys are kind of smaller dudes.
Squints would probably fit that, but definitely not Grip.
Squint sounds good.
You think about it, and Grip might be able to fill in yours, but that means that whoever the other person is. would be-
Yeah, we only have room. I'm assuming Grip and
Yeah.
Kincaid are about the same size if they both have
Basically-
the frame.
Yeah, basically, as far as big guys go, I think Big Toe, Hungry, Kincaid, and Grip are kind of all in the same size category, whereas Billy formerly, and now just Squints and Leo are kind of smaller build people, like normal-sized human beings.
Yes, push the
Leo is
twigs out.
slinking into his seat to make himself look as small as possible and not get noticed. He does not want to go in.
Oh, he's really good at this. You could barely see it. It's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect for stealth. Look how hard it is to see that guy. Everybody, look at him.
If I'm being completely fucking honest, Leo, you carried us on that last mission at the Fifth Amendment. I mean, you are the reason it didn't turn violent. You're the reason we didn't have to take the guy. You got in, you did what you needed to do, you acted. Might not be a bad idea to have you in there to back Squints up. In case he comes across anything, I don't fucking know how it works. Firewall or whatever the fuck.
Never know when we'll run into a undisclosed camera.
Are you sure? Are you sure? I mean, Big Toe. I mean, he really did it all. I was just kind of there.
Nah, I'm sure. It's up to you. If you're not comfortable going in, we can try to get away with having two big guys, but go a lot smoother if we could fit the profile.
I'll get you out of there
Yeah.
safe.
Just
Me
a
too.
disheartened look on my face. I'll do it.
And Squints.
I will go, but I'm not really good at the whole talking thing. I either drive or I kill.
It makes sense for the driver to be on the outside. In case things should happen and we need to get away.
I want to make sure it's very clear. He obviously cannot drive the van.
No, I understand
Right.
that.
So I want to ask Jonah. Well, this
It has
thing
to
is-
be the three people in disguise going in the van alone.
correct. I want to say to Jonah though, do you want to take Lux or Tank? Like, which of those two cars do you think would be better for an escape? The luxury car can hold four total, so you could put these three in. Like, they could get in, get out. It'll move a lot faster, way faster. But Tank will be able to, if you do, I mean, you'll be moving much slower, but if you do get kind of caught out, you would definitely have like a bit more defense.
Yeah, that's the tough part. I mean, I feel like if I were to go with Lux, like I would be able to get out even if we get into something.
Fast, yeah.
But
Cargo
if
fast.
if we get into something like heavy duty, like if we get trapped or something, I think like Tank would be better. I'm gonna go with Tank.
Tank's the car. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other?
How do you want it to go that we frame these bargassed individuals? Is there a particular individual or is it that whole crew?
Do I even know who is their leader?
Uh,
I think you
they-
mentioned it like
They
20
don't.
minutes ago.
Yeah, they don't really know.
Because
But like
their
they're
colonel died.
yeah. So then the guy after him died. So it would be. Currently, it's unknown. The one who replaced him died as well. Hold on. Barghast.
They don't have a good track record.
Chester Bennett was the one that replaced Kurt Hansen, but then Chester Bennett died in
Oh,
November. So
That's
yeah, the Night City Knight according to the rumors, dropped into the Black Sapphire, which is like one of the most defended locations in all of Night City, killed everybody with a sword, which again, a lot of people like bullshit. But the truth is that guy is definitely dead. The posters of like, you know, his memorial are kind of like showing up all around Dogtown. They don't know who replaced him, and the story on the outside is that most of the people who are running Barghest are talking to a fixer named Mr. Hands, who is also, due to the notoriety of Dogtown and kind of what it does, is probably the best fixer in Night City. So fucking with Barghest means you're also fucking with Mr. Hands.
Trying to scare me?
No, I'm trying to say what we are slowly moving into motion, and that I love you because it's really pretty. Like,
Are you gonna take that, Joe? Are you gonna take that?
are you going to take what he just
So
said?
I would
Are you afraid of
I would-
Mr. Hands?
I would relay everything that John just said.
After
in my
watching that
hungry voice.
documentary, I am.
Oh no! Different Mr. Hands, separate.
You should have picked a different name then.
I didn't pick it. Fucking CD Projekt Red did. He's in the video game. God damn it!
Shame on them.
They know what they did. They fucking
They should know better.
I would say that you kind of drop the lore dump on them. And basically what you would know, it would be easy enough to buy a gun that is Barg has painted. So all you'd have to do is leave one in the van.
One of the names is Mr. Hands.
It'd cost you 100 eddies to get a weapon suitable.
Yeah, so that's everything I know about Barghest. Well, besides two things. One I'll keep to myself, but the other is that they've worked with Bart Jarvis before in the past. So, considering current events, I'm just trying to shake things up in that department.
Out of
Where do
character.
they?
The
Yeah,
second
go ahead.
the second reason is that they have kind of rooted into Boxville as the Andersons have fallen in power, and Hungry would still like to help the Andersons, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
No, I
You
knew.
you guys don't need to know.
Nobody knew Mooney. Rest in peace.
How would you?
Sorry about that.
Maybe if Barcast had to fuck off from Boxville, they could do something about it. Jumbo's still kicking out there somewhere.
Yeah.
How do you propose we make it look like Barghest is responsible for this?
Oh, well, you see, it's very simple. We're gonna buy a gun that's painted like one of their guns for 100 eddies, and then.
Oh shit! He did say that. I'm very sorry. You did say that.
I appreciate you turning on the speed race hungry voice. That was really sexy.
That's very quick.
Well, you see.
All right, you deaf son of a bitch.
This guy's the new old guy.
I told you I drifted it out.
I mean, technically, it wasn't ever said in character, so there it is.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
That sounds like a good plan.
And now it's Hungry's plan.
If you can think of anything crazier, but like, yeah, you're not buying a gun and then painting it up. You're buying a gun that's from there. That's like their gangers, because they're selling shit to kind of make do.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else for us, boss? I mean, we got a couple more days, right?
Yeah, what is today's date? The 10th?
So,
8th.
8th.
Oh, yeah, we got it.
Yeah,
Pretty nice.
I'm gonna reach out and see about finding us some more work. I haven't had anything come up, but within the next few days I should have a job. Something, something for you guys to get acquainted with each other. See how you all work in action for the big show.
The scene would cut to Hungry kind of making calls and connections. I'm gonna ask you: is there anyone in particular in your kind of notes, history, etc., that you want to try and reach out to find some kind of idle work?
Ooh. Fuck. Nothing cool is popping in my head. I know one thing that I do want to reach out about, which I keep forgetting to mention, is the whole what's her name?
Delphi?
Nitro.
Nova? Is that it?
Nitro.
Nitro.
Oh,
Nitro.
yeah.
Nitro. I need to reach out to Riff at
Okay.
some point and get Nitro's contact information.
Okay.
But it's
So
probably something for me to like text RP, right?
similarly to Cazador's reach out, you can send like the text message out. That's absolutely fine. If you want to post it in Dark Skies General with an @ to Brent, you're absolutely welcome to do that. Otherwise, if you want to send it to me, and then I can relay it to him, give him context and decisions, that's also an option.
Yeah. Yeah, I just I don't want that to go cold. It was something that was mentioned and I want to pursue it.
Okay.
Even if it leads to like like one of the new pickup games for Cyberpunk,
Absolutely.
Just want to follow that lead. I
So-
don't think it's work to keep us busy necessarily right now, but
For sure. What I will say is that Rift's response won't terribly matter because it will take some time, but his initial response will probably be something akin to, "Oh yeah, I remember her. It was her birthday. It was her birthday last month. Hell of a party. I'll see if I can't find any contact information on her." And then
That's a lie. He has her contact. You said it. I remember it. I was there.
No. I understand, but I'm gonna ask Brent specifically. Do you want to pass over information given to you by a ganger to a fixer who doesn't run in their neck of the woods? Keep in mind, there's nuance.
yeah, I definitely don't want to do that without Brent being involved.
Yeah, because he's also, I mean, he is loyal to Hungry, for sure. But Hungry also did just kill like a whole bunch of people, so Rift's attitudes are Brent's to decide on how he feels about working for Hungry or dealing with Hungry. Are you in the chat, Brent? No, that would make it even easier. No, he's not. I would say that that would be so perfect. And he's just like, burn the town down, and I'm like, it's Night City. We're trying, okay? Fuck you. I would say then,
What, Regina, Meredith Stout.
yeah, those are some
Oh,
options.
no, I don't want to talk to Meredith. I don't talk to Meredith. She's gonna set me up and kill my ass, bro. No.
No. Probably not.
Maybe. Probably not.
I said probably not.
Regina, yes, Regina's a good one. I mean,
Okay.
it'll probably lead to having to fight a cyber psycho, right? So,
Right.
yeah, let's do that.
Hey, Regina, you got any cyber psychos you want handled? I got some
Here's
kids.
a dozen.
She just sends you like a list. You're like, I know half these fucking assholes.
Oh, did Hungry ever give
Elmano, that's an
contact
easy one to handle.
information?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Did Hungry ever connect Delphi with Flasher?
Great
Is that his
question. Did Hungry?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So then, yeah,
Yeah,
you'll
we
get.
did it at the end.
That's right. That's right.
name? Okay, I just couldn't remember.
So yeah, you would get
Jeez.
a message back from her probably on Sunday saying she just had a meet with Mal. He doesn't like to be called Flasher. She would say in the text, and looks good. I'll be busy for a couple of days. But on Regina, when you contact her, she would say, "Well, there's always something moving, but I don't have any names specifically right now. I believe that most of my problems right now, Gino is out of it. He was training a young kid, and the kid kind of got messed up, really mangled. But I'll let you know what I've got. And on Sunday, I want you to roll a D10 on Monday, I want you to roll a d10. Obviously, the Tuesday will be kind of business time. So.
All right. Sunday D10.
Yep. Okay. And then Monday.
Did we win?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So she doesn't call back.
That's in order.
She doesn't call back. She doesn't seem to have anything, and you know she's not ghosting you or anything because she'll occasionally message, still keeping an eye out for you. So you're kind of like, okay.
Padre.
Padre is missing and has been since December.
Fuck you. I know how to find him. I can do it.
Okay. So he's not in his normal spot, and if you actually inquire with the Valentinos about it, they would say, we don't got anything regarding Padre, Hungry. You should probably just leave it alone.
No, yeah, I would leave it.
Okay. And if you want to go ahead and do a local Night City to kind of like not talk directly to the Valentinos, but kind of like try and get some details, maybe from Chino or something, go ahead and roll that local Night City, and I'll kind of give you some details on Padre. Mainly because I love Lord Dumps.
Man, I always forget where local Night City is. Which? I thought it was education.
It is. It's down at the bottom.
Ah, way down there.
Okay, that's sufficient. So what you'll learn, kind of keeping your ear to the ground while trying to kind of suss out Padre, is Padre is missing, and it's very, very likely that Zoe, the leader of the Valentinos, the current leader of the Valentinos, was the one who disappeared him. The reason why it came out, and this is something you weren't aware of, that last summer, when Gustavo Orta died and was killed by some random mercenary, it was because 6th Street put a job in with Padre to kill him. And Orta was one of like the top bosses of the Valentinos. And the reason that job was put in, according to Padre, was because Gustavo essayed and like did horrible stuff to the 6th Street ganger named Nolan Frakes. But what was actually learned to have happened is Nolan and Gustavo and Nolan's daughter were in love with each other. And 6th Street tried to kill her because of that. And then instead hired someone to kill Gustavo when Gustavo muscled on them and basically knocked them out of Vista del Rey. So it's very likely that Zoe has killed Padre, removed him from your neighborhood, and you start to realize no wonder the Valentinos have been buddying up with me the last month or so. It's because I'm the fixer of the Glen now.
What about Zigzag?
Oh, Zigzag's up in Watson. Or
I know, just saying.
Oh, do you call Zigzag?
Bet we could get an answer from Zigzag.
Oh, that's great.
Cell phone down, or
Do you want to try Zigzag for jobs?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm desperate here. It's my last day.
Sometimes work takes a week, Zigzag would pick up for you, which you didn't expect when you called it. It was kind of like the last ditch effort, like the Hail Mary, and you're not expecting it. He goes, I'm assuming you're hungry.
Always.
Well, I don't have much. Not a whole lot. But I need some details. Some recon. There's, according to some of my contacts, a place in your neck of the woods that some folks like me might be interested in due to certain connections. A warehouse in the Glen, said to connect to some sort of subterranean network of tunnels. You got any details on it?
Not yet, but I can get them.
Pull what you can. I know about the place because one of our mutual connects, media named Cam, was present when it was uncovered. But I don't know the address. And I've been looking. Valentino's and 6th Street are up in arms, so I'm not moving myself around those parts. Give me the details. You don't have to give them to me before I pay you, of course. But just know that'll be worth your time.
Yeah, I'll get everything I can on it. Consider it done.
Appreciate you.
Beep boop, and then I would. I would reach out to see if I could find a location. I don't know who all was with Cam when that happened.
Sure. Well, luckily we have Cam right in the room. So, what's that? Forcing you to play 2 characters at once? Yeah.
He almost played
that's
3.
Oh shit! Zigzag. Holy crap! We're just running through the. It's a Zacian night.
Damn, that's
So many Zacs. I just want all the Zacs. I'm gonna take Cam, but again, if a choice is posited, that Cam would have to decide. You have final say. But I'm just gonna nebulously say fuck a lot, and I think that should suffice for roleplay.
Crank it up like
Fucking
3/4 of an octave too.
Fuck.
You know,
I'll just say words, and then you can just say it like be the Cam translation.
there you go. You want to type it out?
Yeah, just give him a quick message.
You don't fucking understand.
Uh,
Just gotta take it up.
hey, hungry! What the fuck's going on?
There it is. Not bad.
Hey, not a lot, brother. I'm looking for some information. I'm hoping you can help me out.
Oh yeah, okay. What do you need?
Looking for a warehouse here in my neck of the woods. With some underground tunnels connected to it.
Oh shit! Yeah, that was fuck. That was last month. Hold on a second here. Fucking hell. Oh yeah. Okay, I got it. It's And then he would say, saying those is stupid. I'm gonna text them to you. Give me a fucking second. Bip bip boop bip, and it'll send over. It appears to be a location that, strangely, is very close to Kincaid's house. Apartment, rather. And it is located, I'll grab us another 0 dot.
Before we get too far in, sometime during these 2 days, did we send someone to go get that gun?
yeah, we could have for sure.
Okay. I didn't remember it, so I'll
Probably-
allow it.
Well, I mean,
Well, like we're just
We
covering
talked about it.
Joe's downtime. We'll backtrack.
Yeah, we
we talked about doing it, and he told me to roll dice.
And it
just
happened.
completely-
Yeah, you said for these days, these things happen. It's John's fault.
Shit.
But yeah, I mean, in the last 2 days, while I was looking for work, I'm sure we could have sent like anybody out there to get a gun.
Yeah, and if there's
Probably
anybody else that
makes
has
sense either.
anything they want to do, let's mention those now. Let's pause for a second, do what we're doing during that downtime window.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries. My fault.
I have messaged you about what I want to do in my downtime, so you let me know if any of that's possible during those days.
In Discord?
Leave the city.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
Oh,
Less
right.
than reputable stuff, so.
Right. I'm going.
If not, it's okay.
What I'm going to say.
Move past it.
What I'm going to say is that there is a situation that would unfold where you are basically getting intel on a prey, and you're basically starting the initiating kind of like to catch a predator type setup. So go ahead and roll me an interface roll. This is basically just going to be nebulous and kind of static crossed to kind of determine if your subnet kind of technique is working here. No bonuses or anything, as the DV is relatively low. So the person that you managed to get a hold of is a netrunner who you learn through communication with the individual in like chat rooms and also kind of other information gathering techniques that you utilize, kind of using older hacking methods of basically pretending you are someone you're not. Scamming is what we've kind of tended to call this kind of
Social
hacking.
engineering, I believe, is
Social
the
engineering is the official term of what
term.
the kind of hacking is, yeah. And so that's what you're kind of playing at here. And this individual is a netrunner for 6th Street Gang. They appear to be operating in Santo Domingo in a house in the kind of suburb area near the old Ferris wheel that's knocked over and the little park that's kind of next to and near that. His house would be kind of over in this area. This is the person you start to toy with, and you're kind of working to kind of gather a way to kind of make a situation where there's a meet or like a time for you to kind of get them. And in this initial like pass, the only time would heavily conflict with the job. So locking in now with it would be a problem. You're presumably going to kind of put this one on the back burner. You have a target, you have a mark, and you're pretty confident, like I would say, depending on the next interface roll, which will happen when you pick this back up, will determine how that meet goes, or how that meet begins.
Sounds good.
Okay. Nobody needs to know anything about what we were just talking about. But yeah, you start looking for information on the location. Is Big Toe, Squints, Kincaid, or Grip doing anything while Hungry's looking for a job for you?
I'm going to try to install those parts on the gun that I told you about this week.
Yep. And I said, I don't think I need rolls for that. Putting attachments on a weapon is just kind of a thing that happens. So
I just wanted to let you said to make sure I told you that it was what I'm using my downtime for, so that's what I was using it.
Perfect. And I'll let you do both at the same time. So yeah, you'll install the
Zenith and the
which is a
the other
barrel.
one, not the extended clip, because it already has an extended clip.
Correct. Perfect. Kincaid, anything you're wanting to do during that downtime?
I'll want to make contact with Daniel Chang.
Okay. We can go through it, but he is basically on board. Like,
Okay.
he was already, like, the deal's a deal. And basically he says, whatever time you want to come get it, we have put all the materials inside of the van. So they're in there. We did have to lock it just to make sure that it's going to be there for when you want it. So you will need someone to pick the lock, but once you've got that, it'll even have the key. Key's under the seat.
I'm tempted to make it look like a theft on the road. But no, this works.
Yeah, you wouldn't be taking the car yet. You just are paying him up front and he's letting you know it's yours when you want it.
Okay.
And they've secured it so that they don't lose it before then. All right.
I feel like I'm missing, or I'm forgetting something. But
sure, the car has to be stolen.
As far as they're concerned, I'll do the money transfer.
Yeah, the car has to be stolen on the day of the job.
Yes, that's the plan. Is before? Yeah, I'll have him explain what his shift is. Make sure they're not expected to be anywhere else prior.
Yes.
If all it is them driving straight from their garage to I'm gonna forget it again. Shining Star.
Yeah.
Shining Star. Is that what's expected?
Correct.
Is the three of them
It is their
suit
first
up,
job
get
of
in the
the
van,
night.
drive straight to? Okay.
They work thirds typically.
Okay.
You don't have a cleaning company come in and do your shit during the day because chemicals. Kincaid
That's still me.
is you. I meant Big Toe.
Nice.
Jonah, anything that you're wanting to do during the downtime before Hungry kind of gets some information?
Did he step out again?
I might have. Okay, so then, last but not least, Grit, is there anything that you want to do during the downtime?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think I can afford to do anything right now.
Okay.
That happens.
Fair. Jonah,
Jonah, are you back?
you back?
I could have sworn I heard his voice.
Jonah. Okay, so then we'll focus in. Hungry, you put out the gig. You start kind of working towards it. If you want your crew to kind of move on it, you can just tell them what you're expecting them to try and do to kind of find the information, or I can just give them the skill that they need to roll to help.
We're getting raided.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. It's Solution.
That's
We
awesome.
love them.
Is
They're
it a
wonderful.
good
The map-
raid?
Yeah, it's Solution.
Neat. Oh, the
maps-
map guy.
The map guy, yeah.
Neat.
He's awesome.
Good for you. You should show off one of his maps if we were getting raided.
Well, we're trying, okay? Jeez.
Oh, okay. He went
Yeah.
through all the trouble.
Yeah, the rolling part. Let's do that.
Okay, so then
We got the
library search.
information and where we're going.
Leo, library search for me, please. Oh, does it say alien still? I changed it. Ah.
Ooh.
Okay, hold on. You're right, it's not alien. Thank you for pointing that out. I thought I
Yeah,
changed it.
We almost got in trouble again.
Oh yeah, I
That's
remember.
hilarious.
Thanks, Chained Darkness.
Thank you so much.
I blame Elizabeth.
Yeah, that's not very fair, but why not? Let's do
She
it.
catches.
What
us-
section were these tunnels supposed to be in?
Where were you here?
Where were the tunnels again? The Glen.
The Glen, okay. For my notes, sorry.
No worries. Thank you so much for catching that, by the way. I appreciate that. It should be updated now. I'll have to update it after the run. But that said, with that library search, you get information regarding a show called Hogwatch that Cam is a member of, and there's information regarding it. A warehouse where they fought a cyber psycho in the Glen, and the address is kind of right near Kincaid's house. You'd also get information that underneath it, kind of like an almost sub-sewer section, is where the access to these tunnels is located. So you have the address with that. If you want to scout it out and just kind of like get more information about it, you can. Is there any other like kind of metrics you want to kind of apply to get more information on this warehouse for Zigzag?
You're talking to me.
Talking to Hungry.
Yeah, I mean, I won't. I don't know. I'm confused. I want as many details as I possibly can. I'm willing to go as far as we need to go to get them.
Okay, so if you
Even
send
if
a
that means boots on ground.
you send a detail over, you send Kincaid, ask him to do this. Tell him it's not really related to the job, but it's something. And then, do you want to send Big Toe as well, like as a duo, and then maybe throw in the new guy, Grip, and just have three big ass dudes go on over that way?
Yeah.
For the intel gather?
Is it possible to have the not so big guys that the smarter, more perceptive, intelligent guys also hang out around?
So because we're doing this out of order, I just want to I want to pause it to Daniel. The information I've gotten you regarding your mark, if you elect to help here, that downtime will basically be squandered. So it's up to you if you want to keep that joy ride thing on the side going, or do you want to get a little job here?
Nah, I'll keep my thing. It's
Okay.
fine.
He says he can't really help.
I've
with
been
the side
quiet.
work.
I've been quiet for 2 days. Yeah.
All right.
He found something
I'm
to
a fan
distract.
of the big guys going in.
Okay.
Not against it.
Jonah, are you here? You're muted if
What's
you're
is
talking.
Chody's just working on his weaponry
Yeah.
during the time this time? Chody doesn't want to be involved.
You want in, twins?
Okay.
Okay. So then you three go down to the location. It looks like
Sure.
the warehouse has kind of like a pool around. There's like a small little alleyway that goes towards the actual access to the warehouse doors. There's a side door that has a fire escape directly above it that seems to go to roof access as well. Um, the door is wide open, as is the rolling door. And if you're kind of approaching the space during the day, there does seem to be a lot of foot traffic out of the space and around this area. And I would say that this is enough, or this is foot traffic that you'd be familiar with, Kincaid, being from right around here. It is a
Sure.
lot of people who are either working kind of dead end jobs, like in storefronts in this region, people who are working in a factory near to here, or people who are homeless and are kind of present around here and have like probably accommodations in a tent town or something to that effect around these parts.
Okay.
And there appears to be a decent amount of homeless people coming out of the place in the time you're
Coming
watching.
out of the building where we were sent to investigate.
Yeah, in the time that you're watching it.
Are they filing in as well, or is it just
No,
coming out?
not so much. Mostly coming out.
I'll walk past the entrance, try to get a peek at what's going on.
Yeah. So inside there are a number of like storage containers. It looks like some of them are sealed with pretty heavy duty kind of security. You see a smattering of Kang Tao, Arasaka, Militech, and the like on the canisters. But the storage containers rather, they're old. Like the Militech logo, it's like the old Militech logo with the triangle. It's not the yellow M, and the Arasaka logo has like the split off. Like they're all older 2045 logos. So it looks like this warehouse is like a storage area
All
for
derelict.
shit that was probably pulled out of Corpo Plaza after the Arasaka headquarters disaster, and it's just been here for decades. Some of them have been opened up and have people living in them, and then some of them appear to still have their seals.
It doesn't appear like it's a guarded place. It's just
Yeah,
some camp, pretty much.
right. Basically, people found a warehouse that wasn't being used, no one cared about, and they popped in, and they made it their home. You can see that like there's an old couch that must have been dragged in here from fucking somewhere. That there's like these people who look like they're completely glittered out are sitting at and kind of watching a fire in the middle of the space. There's a TV. It's like a flat screen, but you definitely it's got a bit of thickness to it, so it's probably from like the 2040s or even before. People just hanging out. People just living in here.
I'll shoulder in and just sort of walk the interior. I'll
Yeah.
snap a few photos.
It's not hard for you to find the
That's all I have to go off of.
Yeah, it's not hard for you to find the access point that goes downstairs. And it looks like there is a security door, which appears to be like an old Militech security door. So very, very sturdy, kind of like high grade security door. And just outside of it, there is kind of like a lean to that's been set up. And it looks like there's like an old canister like filled with a very foul smelling, it kind of is very pungent smelling substance that kind of fills this space. Looks like there's just a bunch of trash all over the place. Frankly, it looks like what my room looks like behind. It's a mess of a place. It looks like someone has kind of set up shop down here at the bottom of the stairs, blocking off the access to the what you presume is the sub sewer. That person is also not here. Okay. Any other questions from the three that went?
No, I'm just snapping photos of the entrances, and if I was asked to get, a lay of the land, I'll do my best to get that for Hungry and send him pictures as they come.
Yeah, easy enough. And if there are no other questions about the space, it's really just a recon kind of situation. It looks like this is, like many places in Night City, a place where the homeless kind of are. And it looks like the access to the door is right there. So this must be the place. All right. Hungry, you have all the information compiled, and you've got the photos. This is a lot of intel regarding the space. Everything that Zigzag asked for appears to be here.
Yeah.
Send it over, or do you
Okay.
ask him?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, you send it over.
Yeah, and I don't just no. Hold on. I don't just send it over. I would contact him and tell him I have what he needs.
Well, I want to be sure. I want to make sure you understand the reason why I'm even kind of stopping at this point. He said, if you want, we could discuss the payment before you send it over, and that'll be fine. So he kind of like put that out there, like on the table, as kind of a measure.
Well, you know what? Honestly, there's no fucking red flags going off, so I think I would just send it over.
Okay. He gets it, the next response message, and you realize this isn't like a super high level gig. He sends over 2,500 eddies immediately. Then you get an immediate 500 addition to that, and the message on that second part is something to get your beak wet, which you think is pretty fair price for the gig. It's not like terribly busy work. I mean, it's mostly busy work here, but you feel like you are paid. Do you feel like you're paid accommodatingly? Sorry.
Yeah, for what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
500 eddies for everybody.
Cool. Except for Daniel.
Oh.
Whoa,
yeah.
bro! I did the library roll, sir.
500 more for me,
Oh,
actually, and
no.
Squints too, right?
He did send you the library search. He did actually do something on that gig. He just didn't go with you.
Okay, true. You know what?
That was
500
easy
for
money.
everybody. Squints gets it too. Oops.
Thanks,
Bank
for
error
helping
in your
out.
favor.
I am a
Good
credit
job on this.
team.
Good job on this one, Squint.
Could have done it without you.
Really fucking pulling your weight on that
Really
one,
pulling your weight on
Squints.
that one, buddy.
Telling you, hard to be this good, guys.
He's like asleep at his desk. He gets a text from his bank.
So honestly, the next
What?
week, it kind of goes to Tension Town, because I can't think of anything that happens in between now and the job. So there was no finalization, but I'm pretty sure Hungry kind of made it clear what his preference would be. But who are the three that are going to steal the van?
Real quick, I do have a question about Bargeist. Are they known for anything? So, like, if they steal something, are they known for, like, actually being stealthy about it? Or they're just like, I'll scratch up this fucking door while I'm trying to, break into it and I don't really care?
It's a good question. So go ahead and make a local expert Night City roll for me.
Can I also make that roll?
You bet.
Oh yeah, I'm going in.
It's under education. It'll be down towards the
Yeah.
bottom. Okay. So Kincaid, yeah, Barcasts are sloppy. It's a bunch of military dudes who don't really do crimes. Like they're very much known for intimidation and kind of like military like efficiency, but not to any degree kind of like covering their tracks or anything. If Barcast does a job, people know Barcast did a job. So yeah.
How much would we have spent on the
100
Barghast gun?
100 eddies.
Do we want to buy a couple extras? Just in case we're seen wielding a weapon?
I was honestly just thinking leave one in the vehicle, like somewhere where it looks like
That's
it's going to
what
fall
I
out
was
of your
thinking we'd
pocket.
do.
And
Just put it under a seat. All right, yeah, we don't need extras.
Yeah. Okay. So Who are the three that are going on the job? Remembering Daniel Chang, larger individual. The other two of the team are going to be smaller individuals.
I believe
Leo,
I was going
Squints, and
Squints.
Kincaid.
Okay. Squints, you're a smart boy. I just want to make sure we understand something together. You're going in incognito, having two massively bright glowing orbs of craziness coming through your bug mask. It's going to be a problem. So, you can't really wear the goggles in.
That's fine.
Okay.
I get that.
I just want to make sure. So, this is probably the
Would
first. Go ahead.
Would my cyber eyes be the issue?
No.
The same issue?
Big glowing blue
Mine are
ones.
huge.
Oh, okay. He's got goggles at 6'2". Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you pull the goggles off, and for everybody here, it would be the first time that they see you not wearing the goggles. Do you want to do it only in front of the two people that are going in with you?
Yes.
Okay, we'll wait till that part then. So
Fucking
Kincaid,
Mandalorian.
for sure.
I was gonna say he looks like Millhouse without his glasses. It's just dots.
Or it's like big old it's like he's actually got a tan line.
They're like sickly white from not having seen the sun for years and years and
Yeah.
years.
With like bloodshot red, so it looks like a white sun burst on a red field.
Jesus, I thought you were a teenager.
Put those
weld a
glasses
lot.
on when he was 12. He's 19 now.
I weld a lot. That's actually you weld enough to make it so that you have a suntan.
Dude, it happens every day.
Yeah, for sure.
All the time. Work.
Um,
I used to weld. It's true.
Third person. Kincaid for sure is going in. Squints is going in. Leo, are you locking in?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Not happy about it, but I'll do it.
So you two would be able to see, like, as you're kind of you've gone to the van. Does anybody here have ranks in picklock?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I
but
knew
what I was
one of
suggest-
you would.
is that like hey these guys aren't really known for their subtlety. So if you want to just scrape it up, don't make it look like you just open this easy. That's all I'm saying.
Good call.
The
Good
two
call.
of you kind of coordinate together, pick locks, ranks, and you manage to pop this bad boy open. It's locked, but honestly, anybody could have walked over here if they had the tools and did it with very little effort. You see that the supplies are inside, and as are the badges, as are the keys to this car. So you're able to secure it, and you're able to start that portion of the gig. Big Toe, you mentioned that you are going to be in tank, nearby, ready to move if something goes south, right? Jonah, you're muted if you're talking, buddy. I need you.
Is Jonah okay?
I'm checking.
He's been quiet for a while.
While John's doing that, which guy is the big guy?
Daniel.
What was his job?
Oh yeah.
Did he wear the backpack? Did he not? Was he something else?
It was. No, it was. Yeah, Daniel wore the big pack on his back.
Okay, so that'll be you.
Yes.
All right. What did our guys do?
Let me find that real quick.
While they're doing that, Squints, you take a look at the container thing. If you're wanting to basically drop out the liquid and basically turn this into a carry case, go ahead and make me a basic tech roll.
18.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to do
That's a pretty good failure.
You managed to.
Oh, that is a failure.
That's a fumble. Yeah.
My
But
bad.
you can still succeed on a fumble.
23 minus 5.
Yeah. You can still succeed on a fumble. And you believe you have. You're not making anything crazy here. It's not like, anything too wild. You're just taking out the juice and making it so the lid can pop off and you can put stuff in it.
I want to make it look like that gang, so I did it real nasty and gross. And
Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't a technical thing.
Barcats just have like green and yellow spray paint on everything. Don't do that before you go in. The fucking Barcat, shoot him. Okay. So that's going on while you're basically trying to tell them their jobs.
I can't find what the other two were
Not a problem.
doing. I know Daniel was like the sprayer. He had the big tank.
Daniel's the sprayer.
One
and then,
was a cleaner.
The one who's not on the take, the one that's the odd one out. I can't remember the last guy's name, but he's the one who has the cleaning supplies.
That's Salvador.
Salvador. Yeah. he
One of us
the
has cleaning supplies, and then what's like either one of the small guys besides cleaning supply guy? What is he?
And that's
That
Chanity.
was Gregory Kennedy.
Mm-hmm. And so he would be the vacuumer.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like vacuuming like normal. It's kind of like more steam cleaning / vacuuming.
I'll take cleaning supplies.
Squints takes vacuum cleaner.
We'll vacuum.
All right.
Would they have? I asked him to explain what the job was, right?
Yeah.
Because he keeps in direct contact with the other two.
Correct.
They said they never talked to the actual Arasaka guards.
Never talk to him.
They just flash a badge and go to work.
Yep. And on the way out, they get checked.
They get searched, everything except for the tank on Daniel's back.
Yep.
Okay, I think the idea is
So
we make like we know what we're doing until we find that box. One of you unlocks that box, and
Jonah will be in the wings, ready to drive. Hungry, I'm assuming you're not even on site, right?
Oh shit! No, probably not.
Yeah. Where would you like to lay and wait? Like just back at home, or do you have like a place you want to meet that's outside of that, so that you can be there when they kind of ditch the van if they succeed? Or
Well, here's a question: what is Grips more of a danger with the sniper rifle? Like at a distance, would he be set up?
Grips can handle that sniper rifle.
Yeah, so he would probably be set up in a building in the area, and I guess I would be waiting. I'd run lookout for Grips, and then the truck would be waiting
Okay.
for me and him.
So the hungry
second
the
man on the building. Yeah.
Smart. Very, very smart. So yeah, Mac and Chino will be with you on the food truck, and you'll have room for the sniper to get on board when you get ready to move out. So I'm going to need a couple of things here regarding rolling. So I need either one of the three or each one of the three to roll wardrobe and style. You are putting on the outfit to look correct. You've seen it worn, so the DV is very low, but you are putting on the outfit to look correct. So either each one of you is making one, or one person is basically like, no, you got to put it on like this and taking charge.
What is that under?
Social.
Social.
I think I take it.
You're the one. You're going to teach the kids.
I think I spend some luck and I take it.
You are taking it. Okay. So perfect. That's a very good way of pointing it up. Yeah, you spend luck before the roll, not after, because you lost your rocket. Yes.
I'll spend 3 luck.
Have one extra.
Yeah,
you can't.
No,
we don't have a rocker.
No, before the roll, you can still spend on.
You can spend other people's before the. Oh, okay.
One
okay,
point.
Rocker's pretty good. I'll spend 3 of my own and 1 from Hungry.
Yeah.
Then 1 from Squints as well.
We're up to 5.
You can still chip in. I think that's it. Makes it.
I'm just making sure nobody else wants to chip in before I roll it.
100%. It makes it more of a group game, in my opinion.
We're leaving it at +5 then.
+5 is what you got.
+5 works for me. I'm gonna do gangbusters. Watch this.
Boom. All right.
21 total.
That'll work. So yeah, you remember how they looked? You staked them out. So like, yeah, obviously. So you managed to get these boys dressed up nice.
No,
and
my
neat.
guy walks with a limp. You're holding the vacuum backwards.
That way. You just hold it and like.
It's just stuck to like the neck of his costume.
Yeah.
This is how my mom used to do it.
Oh,
Put it wherever
I
it
spray the
goes,
chemicals
right?
in my mouth like mouthwash.
No, stop.
oh, did we want to do?
This is so
did we
blue.
want to do Squints' glasses?
Squint's glasses, are you leaving them in the where you want to leave them? Or are you taking them in with you?
I would probably like put them. I mean, we have coveralls on, right?
Yeah, but they're gonna search you.
They're
on the
gonna
way,
search.
on the way out. So
Yeah, I'll leave them in the car. I
Okay.
think
You'll-
that's probably the best thing. I hate doing that, but well,
do you
You'll
look
see
like without 'em?
Kincaid take his pistols out of his holsters and hide them in the like console.
yeah,
I guess I'll leave my rifle.
That's,
Okay.
That was gonna be a hard sell.
Just a rifle and cleaning
Where the fuck
supplies.
did that come from?
It's for cleaning. You gotta kill bugs.
It's a street sweeper.
That's
Bug
a-
Assault rifles.
yeah. Okay, that's great. Then I need.
No, I want to hear what Squints looks like without his goggles.
Yeah, that's what I was getting
Oh,
at.
sorry. Yeah, sure.
just like super bright blue eyes, very, very, just very.
He's
Right, like-
just beautiful.
Think Gojo when you see Gojo's eyes from Jujutsu Kaisen. It's very bright, but it's also
Oh.
just like they have very large, dark rings under his eyes as well. And as you said, you can definitely see where the goggles were the entire time. There's a very large indentation.
The thing that's most breathtaking about them is they are not cyber eyes. Like they are that blue
They're
naturally.
just natural,
human.
beautiful blues.
I just hear like under my breath, like, whoa.
It's hard to look at him.
Right.
I was honestly expecting like a Demon Slayer. I can't think of his name. Is with the boar mask when he takes it off.
Just handsome.
Yeah, he's just like, holy fuck.
So pretty.
I need hungry, and I need grip to make a stealth roll. And you can spend luck before, obviously. Don't forget.
Grip it and rip it.
Yeah.
23.
23. He's
That's awful good.
sneaky.
Yeah. Sneaky.
Yep, we got a 23. Really good. Good job.
That's us. That's us covered.
You should assist him.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
we got it. We got a 23.
Okay. So what I will say
It's
is
a nice 20.
your truck is very hard to hide, as the red coloration of the fumble kind of alludes to, right? So you park the truck, but you're pretty sure that you kind of cause a little bit of a scene, right? You're in corporate area. Food trucks aren't typically here. When you park, somebody walks over to you, like, and kind of like as you're getting ready, and you have to like hold your hand out to Grip in the back, who's like got the sniper rifle, like, you know, in a case, ready to go, and this person kind of goes, "Hey, are you gonna open up soon? I could really use a burger," and it's like a guy in a suit, right? How do you respond to him?
Nah, it's gonna take us probably a good 10, 15 minutes to get set up, brother. We just got here.
Oh, you're firing it up. Oh, hell yeah. He just stands in line. He locks in. 10, 15 minutes in Night City.
Okay.
He lights a cigarette. He's getting a
I tell
burger.
you what, you seem like a special kind of guy. I'll see if we can get something rushed out for you.
Mac's like, I'll fire it up. And if you'd like to kind of like keep his attention and talk to him, as Grip's kind of like sitting in the back getting ready to move, go ahead and just make me a conversation roll there, Hungry. Yeah, you got this guy's attention. You're talking to him about it. He's like, you know, surprisingly knowledgeable about like food, like entry and food sources. And then he explains that he works for All Foods, and you're kind of like, okay. So you kind of keep talking with this guy, and then Zach, you pop out. Go ahead and make a stealth roll. This is going to be or your stealth roll's already rolled. You don't need to roll anything other. You're super stealthy and are able to get out because of Hungry's attention grabber. And then you find yourself a building nearby, It is a parking garage attached to a hotel. And when you get to the top of the parking garage, this is a perfect spot for you. No one's up here. No one parks up here. Like, they stop parking like 3 floors down. So you're pretty sure no one's going to park on the roof because acid rain is a real problem in Night City. So you kind of like take that position. You're looking down at the location, but you're not at such a high altitude over the building. You can actually see the windows. So if anything happens at the windows, you can kind of shoot out. And in the terminus of the hollow call, you'd explain that if they want something to happen, like lethally from the outside, to be near a window. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You three, dressed to the nines, pull up at 7 o'clock, sharp. You get out, car's parked in the park, same place that it was parked the time you saw it happen. I'm assuming Kincaid's driving.
Yeah.
You walk up to the place. 2 Arasaka guardsmen kind of walk over to you, and they hold out a device, which you know is the scanner for the badges.
I'll step up in front of the other two, get my badge out,
Pop.
and just sort of prepare to be frisked.
Nope. Yep. It's on the way in. You're fine. So you they scan the badge. You head on in.
Oh, okay.
And then everybody else with confidence easily kind of moves.
Well, shit.
over.
If I knew they weren't going to search us on the way in, I'd have brought my.
Yeah, that was mentioned last time. Yeah.
My bad.
Some people were like, "Yeah, we can take guns, but we'd have to leave them if we make it out clean." So, right. You get inside, and you start maneuvering around the space. You are basically lying that you are cleaning. Okay? There are security officials in this place. But you are basically going through the motions, and you are pretending that you are working. So you have 2 options. One of them has a lower DV. You can make an acting roll. Acting. Or you can make a persuasion roll, which is under social. You're trying to effectively, through motion...
Who has to do this?
That would be all 3 of you. This is just a kind of a
I
blanket
don't mind.
understanding.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Whoa!
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
I'm gonna use 4 luck on
Okay.
mine.
Okay.
2. So persuasion.
Okay. So 14.
14.
Okay, great. So, Kincaid, with your critical success here, I'm going to have that offset the fumble and the failure
Dick.
from Leo.
Dick.
So basically, once you see him kind of like...
I am his boss.
You do see him kind of like fall out of order, and he's kind of like not doing it right. You kind of walk over and like hit him on the shoulder and kind of like, just very quickly, quietly berate him. Do you even clean your own fucking place? What the fuck is wrong with you? Didn't you learn how to...
It's wax on and then wax off. Jeez.
Right.
He's too caught up looking for the box that he's just spraying Windex anywhere.
As the 100-year-old movie taught us, it's wax on, wax off. It's crazy to think about, right? It's like, yeah, Karate Kid's 100 years old. That's wild. I already felt old, game. Fuck
Kate likes
you.
old movies.
Don't say things like that.
You continue on in the process. What is the goal once you kind of establish yourself and start working?
Keep this place as clean as possible.
We're
I do have a question.
we're being thorough.
The one person,
Go ahead.
one person who bought into the hoax. Yeah, we just cleaned the whole place.
Yeah.
There's
We want to do a good job.
A job is a job.
John.
Mr.
So
Humphrey told me
there's
that-
8 people on site,
Yeah.
2 of which are on the roof, so we have not seen them. How many were at the door?
2.
And they stay at the door.
Yep. And 2 of them are on the second floor. And 2
Okay,
of
and
them,
then 2 on the first.
2 of them you haven't seen like for very long. You're pretty sure you've seen 2 different people, And I would say go ahead and make a tactics roll if you'd like to, any one of you three. I'll also allow Grip to make this tactics roll as well because you're seeing it from outside.
That technique.
Tactics is under education.
Any of us or all of us?
Every single one of you, if you'd like, including Grip.
Is there a penalty if I fail?
No. So
Everybody gets 16s.
Squints,
Oh.
I fucking suck.
Kincaid, Grip,
Oh,
Leo,
all
and
16s
then
and a 15.
eventually Hungry, but Hungry's kind of getting the information kind of like,
He's
as
busy frying up a
as feeding
burger.
it. I will say what does happen, Hungry, the distraction you're making, is you do have a line. Like you're very kind of noticed present here. But you're paying attention to the hollow so you can shut it down as quick as you can to just fucking be able to book it out of here when need be.
You know what? This is what Max paid for. I don't give a fuck about a line.
Yeah,
I'll just wander off into the streets
for sure.
and try to make my way, not obviously, but towards where Grip is,
Okay.
like towards the parking garage.
Go ahead. You already rolled stealth. I'm gonna go ahead and stick to that. So you going into the parking garage is noticed, but nothing else really.
Yeah.
If anything is noticed at all, is what I mean.
What am I, a fucking celebrity? They gonna follow me into the parking garage? Oh, it's the guy that cooks burgers.
No.
Oh my god.
No, for them it's just like it's a very large man who definitely looks bigger than most people. Moving, and if a cop was like, "Did you see this man?" Oh yeah, I saw that man. How could you miss that man? The man that is a very large man. That's it. That's all I'm saying. So you can make your way up to kind of the top floor as well. But before that, as you're cleaning, folks, the tactics roll lets you know, and Hungry as it's described to you lets you know, that the two security guards that are not on the second floor, on the roof or outside, will switch between one another, moving up and down the staircases in the space to kind of keep a rotation, a patrol. It seems that they're switching this out every 15 minutes. Basically, they're going to start moving through the stairs, leaving 2 floors undefended for a moment, and then take up one another's space about 5 minutes or a few minutes after, because it doesn't take forever to do 3 places.
How many floors is this space?
There's a total of 3. So 1, 2, and 3. 1 is not defended. 3 is not defended. 2, for whatever reason, has the most defense.
Okay. So do we, like as a team, to start the first floor, work our way up? Do we start at the top, work our way down?
I'm pretty sure
First floor, work our way up.
Yeah, you popped in and started cleaning. So
We stick to what comes naturally, and that's what we did. We immediately just started with a path. We're moving as a unit, up and down, being fairly thorough, and we're keeping our eyes peeled for that lockbox that was mentioned.
okay. So
Okay.
on
And while doing this, real quick, the 2 that are rotating in the stairs, do we see them, like, do they come enter the space, or do they just stay in the stairwell the whole time?
they stay in the stairwell. They only come. They come down. I'm sorry. Let me explain. They start on the floor and do a route. Then they go up the other stairwell. So by the time that they do their route, the other person has finished their route up above and is coming down the stairwell. So as they're moving in the stairwells, 2 opposite ones, they'll effectively appear on the
Right.
other floor at the same time, move across, and then recycle. You see what I'm saying? It's like
Yep,
it's
got
like a big ass loop with 2 people running it.
Okay, last question, I promise.
No
When
problem.
we watched them before, what was the usual amount of time that Belux was in the building?
So about an hour.
Okay, so about 20 minutes each floor. Got it.
Right. And if you're
That's a
done,
good question.
yeah, solid. If you're done with floor 1, we'll move into that next arc. So you kind of clean to the best of your ability. Some of you better than others. Kincaid occasionally kind of stopping, kind of like berating Leo for, his tidiness.
We can use that.
On the second floor, you'll note that the two guards here stay close to the windows. The other thing you'll notice is that there are walls and rooms in this space. There's one very large and noticeable door on what would be the back wall to the space. And the door appears to be a security door. Much newer than the one you saw in the abandoned warehouse. An Arasaka made, of course. But you're pretty sure that that is the most secure door on the entirety of the site. And it seemed to take up a large amount of the second floor. Like some sort of vault or something.
Bing, bing.
Okay. So while we're cleaning that one, we never see the two guards from the stairs ever come into the second floor.
Correct.
Via hollow. Okay, so where are the two guards that are on the second floor standing?
Near the windows.
You said
So
near
they're
windows?
they're effectively looking out. They're kind of backs to the vault, but they kind of stop and occasionally like will walk one to the other side, like you saw the night before or the night you staked out. They'll kind of move, and then like one of them will move back to the other side, and then kind of like every so often just like moving around. It seems like there's gaps in their like a position here. I would say that if you'd like to try and kind of scout that out specifically, you'll make a perception roll. And I'd say just since you asked the question, you'll be the one focusing in on that. Squints and Kincaid, do you have any questions about the scene as it's been set?
I'd like to
We've
look for
got two guards. Go ahead.
cameras.
There are cameras in the space when they see you as you are. There do not appear to be any cameras outside of the vault, however. Okay. Perception 21 lets you know that there is a pretty solid window where all three of you could easily get into the security door and close it behind you. The security door is not like a vault. I guess I shouldn't have said it like that. The security door can only be breached from your side with access. It can be breached from the other side without access. So it's more like a refrigerator, like walk-in refrigerator door. Does that make sense? It's like
I'm
locking
gonna
us.
split off.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna split off from the other two. Go around near where the guards are to spray, so the vacuum is separate from me.
Okay.
Do a route around the perimeter of the room, and then come back to meet Leo at the door.
Vacuum
And I'll
definitely
instruct.
created a distraction loud enough that you wouldn't have been able to hear anything happening on the other side. So if the vacuum was going while you're doing your business, any sounds or anything that would come from that.
No. I'm trying to set up a pattern where we're not exactly on top of each other.
Sure, understood.
The vacuum can be moving while two of us go in there.
Absolutely. Okay.
Sure.
So Squints, it's an electronic security. The question would go to Leo as well. But Leo, is there anything that you want to do before you attempt to breach the door?
I will send just a text over Hollow that I can easily drop one of these guys for 60 seconds if we need to.
We don't need to yet. And could I size up how they're armed?
These are the ones that have the SMGs. So, pretty stereotypical corpo goons. Yeah, suits with body vest over. I believe I sent the picture of them in notifications.
Okay.
And then, did you say if there was a camera looking at that door?
There's no camera looking at that door. There are cameras on this floor, however.
I mean, I'm not as worried about that. I was more thought of like a camera looking at that door to see if someone did go in it. So no,
There
I'm
does
not
not
that
appear to
worried
be a
about
camera that's on this side. Yeah.
it. Is there a net architecture?
If you scan for one, you will note there is indeed a net architecture. It does seem that there is a camera like link up, and it's the only thing that's really kind of present on the main floor. And what you'll notice is that this specific type of subnet is one that you've dealt with before in corporate settings. They're very arrogant people, corporates. The problem is they don't expect the hacker to be on site. So if you were outside trying this shit, yeah, you'd probably get soul killed or some crazy nonsense, right? The defense on the outside, the ice that kind of is exterior, would fuck you. But for some reason, when you access it here on site, the subnet is basically yours to play with. The cameras are all kind of attached to the same like nodule, and it's always recording, and it's always downloading that information and pushing it out through a data feed to that architecture that's more defensive on the exterior, and then the presumption is then on to Corporate Plaza for Arasaka to have in their security vaults. You realize that this has an on-off toggle, so you can effectively shut off the stream, or you can shut off the cameras. It would still be streaming, but it would be streaming black, so the data feed would still be present, but they wouldn't be saying anything.
Can I do that?
Okay. Click. The cameras are off until someone turns them back on. So do you wish to remain with the net architecture as you move in? Possible for you to move in meat space and do. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'll stay in it.
Okay.
While I'm still moving around cleaning.
And then, Squints, are you going to pop the door, or is he the better of the two?
Yeah, as soon as he gives me the.
I want
go.
Squints to help
Cameras
pop
down.
the door and then do a route around the building or around this floor with the sweeper.
Okay. Squints, you do that, and then you start maneuvering. And since you've already kind of formulated the pattern, you keep to it. The door opens. Inside, you would see a camera decommissioned. It looks like it's been put to sleep by the off actuator, so it's not seeing. And when you enter into the space, there are a number of lockboxes. However, there is only one of the size you're looking for and the model that you're looking for. Model C. Strangely, just sitting in the middle of the room, like it was ready to be taken, like it was ready to move, like tomorrow.
This is another lockbox that needs electronic security, right?
This one needs pick lock. So, Leo, if you want to go ahead and do the honors, I'm going to give you.
Squints has it, right? Isn't he in there?
Oh,
We're using Squints
I'm
as a
vacuuming
distraction,
now.
so we sound like we're still cleaning.
Okay, yeah, I can do it. That's fine.
You got this. You got this. You got this.
any luck beforehand?
I will put 4 points into it.
Okay.
$17.
Even with the -2, that'll be sufficient. You don't have tools, so you kind of pop into it and start just using like the scrubber, all these little picks and whatnot, and you're able to kind of like figure it out, and you go, okay, and then break the lock open, and then open it up inside of the contents. Kincaid, what's the next move?
I start emptying that into the tank.
The amount that's in there, like just picking up like the chains and everything, kind of dumping them in there, it is sufficient for you to put everything inside. And the last thing you kind of put in is the large angel, like or the Santa Muerte that I mentioned statue. You put that in on top and kind of like nestle it inside of the chains and close it, and it kind of like pops their head perfectly in. Looks like it's nice and neat, smooth. And you throw on the pack again. It now weighs quite a bit more than it did.
Fair.
So you're
but it's still manageable.
Yeah. You're a strong enough guy.
Okay. I was playing up a limp earlier. It might be easier to limp now.
Yes. You step outside of the box, leaving the open container, or just shutting it for.
I close it back up.
Okay. And then you head out. Close the security
If you want to
door.
leave, well, yeah, he doesn't have any picks. I was going to say if he wants to leave picks there to be found, but
you open the security door, close the
just let it lock
security door, and then regroup with Squints, and then go back up to the 3rd floor.
I would insist on Leo doing a quick lap. I'll even like follow him because I've already caught him slacking off, doing his lap on the 2nd floor,
Too easy.
and then yes, go up onto the 3rd.
All right, so Hungry, this is a very fun part of the game for me. I'm going to have you roll a d10, and then when the result is rolled, I want you to add your luck score. Not how much luck you have remaining, your luck score.
Okay, it's okay.
And this is a
Alright.
fun bit that I'm adding in for job givers when it comes to a job and it happens mid swing to determine if shit goes south for no reason and no control of your own. Plus your luck, what would that be?
A 9.
Perfection. So you go upstairs, and for 20 minutes, you guys continue oscillating about. The sniper on the other side is watching. Nothing crazy happens. Nothing changes. Hungry, you have made it up there a while ago and are kind of watching from that location along with the OG. Everything goes over smooth. They make their way back down to the bottom floor and start heading out. As you do so, the guards stop you, and they will search you. No one mentioned they wanted to do any extracurricular activities. No one even asked about the jewelry other than the items. You are searched over. There's zero way for you to fail because you've brought nothing incriminating with you on you. You make it back to the van, and you're giddy as it actually worked. Get into the van and drive off. Where do you set up to meet with Hungry and Grip as they gather themselves and get back to the food truck?
What direction from here would be Barghast territory?
South.
We'll ditch it on the far side of this bridge.
Okay. Just on the other
and we-
side. Go ahead.
Yeah, even though he's not here, Jonah could pick them up in the tank.
Okay. So yeah, you'll dump the van and the
all of our equipment except for the tank.
right, and then you toss the
We
tank.
regather Squince's goggles. I get
Yep.
my guns.
Yep, and you leave the
Nobody forgets anything that's not meant to be forgotten.
You leave the purchased Barcast rifle there. You do some roughing up on the vehicle just for show, and then you get into the tank and drive off. Right? Okay.
I sure hope so.
You go back to Mega
Successful
Building
mission.
H3 with the loot, and I presume you, Hungry, would set up a meet with Empress to pass it over. Is that fair?
Yes.
She
I
comes
want to
up.
watch it first.
She comes up immediately. Like if you call her up, she comes up immediately. Do you want your crew to be with you on site, or are you not going away so you can talk to the business?
No, I want everybody to be there.
Okay. Empress shows up. She is a Valentino ganger of some repute. Those of you who are kind of associated with Valentinos know she's the big cheese here on Mega Building 3, and I'm trying to find her. I don't think I have her for some. Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've showed a picture of her before.
Oh, for sure. So you would see that she's, a small, kind of like, bombshell of a lady covered in Valentino tattoos. Looks like she's got a metal hand for her left arm, and cyber work all throughout with cyber joints and the like. She sees the loot, which you poured out onto the table, and she comes in with two guys, who you actually recognize from being members of Gonzo's crew. You got Clerigo and Money. They come in and kind of gather up the materials. She looks at you, eyes flare red for a second. You can see the remainder of the cash goes to your account immediately, and she'll say to you, I really hope you understand how much I appreciate this and how much we appreciate this. This is very good work. Did anybody get hurt? Anybody die tonight?
Nah, knock on wood. It was a clean job, in and out. Set it up to look like somebody else. I think, as far as I'm aware, everything went as well as it could have.
Perfect. Well, I really appreciate that. Any implications that we did it?
Nah, not a chance.
Okay.
I mean, other than, obviously it was your shit to begin with, but nothing happened that would tie it back to you.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate it, Hungry. I want you to know that we definitely have some things that we're wanting to do soon. A lot of problems we're having with them fucks across the water, the 6th Street gang. They've been real pissed ever since Padre went on vacation.
Yeah, understandable.
They might come to you and ask you to do some work for them. Maybe gather some people together to help them out with their stuff. You don't owe me nothing, but I feel like I offer you a lot in protection, loyalty, friendship, family.
Yeah, you don't gotta remind me.
Oh no, I don't think I'm
I
reminding
mean,
you. And she kind of looks around at everybody. If anybody's coming to, cause you problems, and you do something about it, you see any 6th Street gangers causing you issues, it's open hunting season on these motherfuckers. You squabble,
yeah,
give us the details, give us the bodies.
I appreciate them.
Appreciate you too. And then she kind of gets her guys together and heads out with the with bags that they came in with, full of the loot. She, however, is holding the Santa Muerte statue in her hands like a baby when she leaves.
Easy. Easiest job of my life.
You did
That
great. So you did great planning.
Wildly smooth.
You did great planning, and everything seemed to have been taken into account. Like you definitely paid attention to the details. You focused up. You handled your business. I'm assuming you're paying these motherfuckers.
Yeah. Did I say anything beforehand? Did I give it an amount?
Great question.
Not that I
Anybody?
recall, no.
5,000 of us.
um. Yeah.
You dwell on it.
Let's do 3,000. 3,000 each.
So yeah, this is a pretty big.
3,000 for climbing a parking garage.
Yeah, and being a sniper, yeah,
Big
and
break.
never having to shoot,
Cool.
for sure.
It's great.
You're like, okay. I mean, I
This
remember
fucking hungry guy.
back in the day, I used to have to shoot people to get money, but I'm not complaining.
Vince did a very good job back.
You did a very good job on the gig. Like there was a lot of attention to detail. You focused. You found the best route that was available to you.
We had a couple close calls.
Yeah.
Leo, very good job on the cameras. I thought that was going to be a giveaway, but did not expect one to be inside the vault. So
I want to make sure too that you know, Daniel, when you borrowed the quick hack and gave it back, the presumption on that exchange is that you copied it and put it into your you have a copy of that quick hack. I want to make sure you're aware that that's the case.
Oh, yeah. Let me re-add that then.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mention it, but yeah, you don't buy like a physical copy of something when it comes to programs from your friend. It's more of a I got these Netrunner programs from somebody and I'm holding on to them because they're illegal as fuck. You want to borrow it for a second and do a rip? So that's
Okay, yeah, let me re-add that.
I just realized when we were talking about cameras and you didn't say first things first, big sleep it. Like I was like,
No, yeah, because I gave it back, so that's why I actually erased it off my character sheet. But yeah, I'll
I
put it back.
apologize for not clarifying. Yeah, and it's a freebie, in that, or it's not a freebie because you did pay for it, for the pleasure, effectively. But when you're paying for a program, you're paying for the ability to copy it. Anyway, focusing back up. I'm assuming folks go back to their locations, party all the time, sleep, etc. Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I'm still a little shocked at how smoothly that went.
no, yeah, wild. Again, there was a chance. There were several chances.
There were a couple opportunities. There were a couple avenues where we could have gone to shit,
100%.
and we held it together, and I'm proud of us.
Regardless, despite the fact that it went as smooth as it did, it seemed as easy as could be, it was still a multi-parter, which means it's going to be worth a total of 50 IP. You will be rewarded that now and can spend it now, and also your luck resets.
Also, good.
Hey, we're lucky again.
You get a
50 IPs.
Mhm. You get a request from Zigzag that is very. You're not sure if you like it or are going to accept this gig, but he says, I know it's not usually your style, but I need that abandoned warehouse emptied. I can give you 10. 20 if there are complications.
It sounds like he wants competition.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to. I'll be texting him back. Yeah. Consider it done.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna throw in 20,000 if there are complications.
What are you trying to say to me? He's saying 20,000.
Oh, are we on the?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He said 10,000, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying, and something about complications. I'm saying, well, if there are complications in us clearing that warehouse out, I want 20,000.
Yeah.
That's what he offered.
That's what he offered.
Oh, I thought you said 10. What the fuck?
10,000.
He said both. He said both.
20,000 if
He
there are
covered if there are-
complications. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad. What
Get
the
with
fuck?
me. No, it's okay. Don't worry
You're good.
about
We're on the same wavelength. I'm just.
The idea came
behind.
from somewhere.
it. I'm just a whoa. Totally chill.
Oh yeah, 20,000 sounds fair.
That sounds dope. Okay.
Good with that.
So scouting the location, you would know that the drive up to it, it's kind of like a situation where it's off street. It doesn't go. It's not an alley per se. It's a bit of a road, but it's not a used one, right? Because everything kind of in between Street A, Street B are kind of no longer used. They're defunct. So if you roll up on this place, if you want to do it now, like right after that gig, you could, or you could save it till another day. It's up to you if you want to move in on this or not. But you would know that you're going to drive up, no matter what car you're driving up on. It's probably easier to just get inside on foot, and then move from there.
We can do it in 40 minutes.
Yeah, how you guys feeling? Feeling lucky? We go back to back.
I feel like I got all my luck
am
back.
wondering if all we need to do is clear this warehouse out, and we're gonna get paid $10,000, and these guys are just like junkies, right?
But it's a
That's-
lot of them.
Okay.
I see where you're going.
But if we find a different abandoned warehouse and offer all those junkies 100 eddies to go
Oh.
from that warehouse to
Oh
that
wait,
warehouse.
sorry. I don't think that's where me and the cop were going. I'm pretty
Can
sure
we just-
we were talking about beating some homeless people.
Yeah.
Right, Zach?
I was not going there. I was also.
Protect and serve.
I am puzzled how Kincaid's gonna adapt to this one.
Oh, it would be the first time you fucking.
It would be the first. I told you, Kincaid's a good guy.
Fair enough.
That
Just want
slope
to yell like
gets
World 2
slippery.
before I start recording this.
There's got to be something more to it. Don't underestimate this. And we don't have to hurt the fucking bums.
Is he looking to have this place permanently empty? What's he trying to do?
Yeah.
I
How
mean,
empty do we need to make this place?
it's not how business in Night City works. You usually don't ask a lot of questions. When Eddies are on the table, you just get the shit done. I have no idea what he wants. And that's me being honest, because I didn't ask. I just know what he's willing to pay and what we gotta do to get it. And I trust the source.
Then do you want to do this?
Do it right now.
Did you say how?
Yeah, I said how. Not when. We're doing this now. Like
Yeah.
we're all fresh and ready to go. It's more a question of how you want to do this, Hungry.
Well, we've already scouted it out there. It's not like there was there's nothing really from the outside in appearance going on.
It's
So
it's
Not
all
a lot of
completely
security.
open, but it's
Yeah.
completely full of homeless people.
Yeah.
He's got that plow in the front of his car.
And he's not
Somebody-
here.
Oh, funny. Oh, sorry.
It is
plowing
funny.
homeless people out of the
In
way.
an incredibly dark way. Okay, now it's funny again because he said plowing homeless people.
I'm all for the idea of relocating. You know, we can offer him a little bit of scratch, find another place for him to set up. But we gotta clear him out of there. Some of them are
I
gonna
know a
be
guy with a
high.
big building full of apartments.
Nah, they can't go there.
The value goes down.
Ew, no.
Not in my backyard.
Property values. Fucking Hungry, worried about his property values.
Oh, but the cop's the bad guy.
Son of the H6.
Look,
But the
Oh, the
cops-
homeless. Ew, no.
look. Everyone's the bad guy, especially Chody.
God Fucking capitalist.
Watch out for that. Watch out for that Act 3 twist. Okay.
Why? It always comes.
That's always gonna happen.
Can't put Jody in a Cyberpunk game.
I love Squints, and I really can't wait to see how it happens. I mean, we are definitely Chekhov's gunning that shit. So if you want to roll out over that way, Tank could move all of you. And Jonah is my character now, so I'll just keep
Hope
playing.
he's okay.
I don't know what happened. He might have fallen asleep. I hope he is okay as well. But yeah, he's working. He's been working 12s, I think. So again,
We'll figure it out.
poor boy, tuckered out. Totally understand.
Yeah, he's a secret boy.
Been there.
We'll punish him later. Not really. I'm not going to punish him unless you want me to. So
No,
if he
okay.
asks nicely.
We'll type up. We'll type up some notes for him later. I forgot all about it.
I will probably be typing several of the notes. Yes. So if you head out that way, I'm just putting your tokens on this map just to give you a vision of what you're looking at.
Yeah, let's see a map.
Yeah. This map brought to you by Solution. A bit late. I know everybody probably already left from that raid.
They
which
might
I
have.
Super appreciate, by the way.
Cool raid though.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I love that. I love their damn maps.
He might still be
The
here.
map's
Yeah.
so cool.
But focusing in on this beat, why is this not working? Roll 20. Do the thing I want you to do. There it is. Make shite. La, la, la.
Is it the right map?
No, it's not that at all. It's that my streaming map window is
That robot.
silly.
Is it gonna freeze all my shit?
No, maybe.
Roll20 loves doing that to me.
So, okay, the street that you're going to be able to turn off is up to the north, right? So that would be where the car, getaway vehicle, etc., would be parked, if you want
I will
one.
pause you for a moment.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who else. I have zero vision.
Okay, I see
You
that.
got to pull it over to the right.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Zoom
To
out.
the right?
It's definitely his token.
I'm zoomed way out.
I see
Oh,
it.
okay.
For some reason, his token dry dropped, so it doesn't have any of the flavor.
Okay, thank you very much.
Which I am currently correcting.
Just check it.
You bet. Okay, so the street. Do you see stuff now?
Yeah.
Okay. So the street to the north is where you're coming from. Okay, and in this kind of passageway, it's changed a bit since you scouted it out, walked in, checked stuff around, because it's nighttime. You're doing this at nighttime. There is a woman sitting on the stoop to the main door. The main door is closed. You would see that the fire escape up above, the stairs are down, and it looks like they have some damage to them, but they look like they're fully functional. But yeah, there's a woman sitting outside on the stoop, and she appears to have a full body conversion, or looks like she's made out of metal. I would say that Squints, you would recognize immediately that it's not an FBC. It's just a real skin product that she's had added to her. So instead of having flesh-colored skin, she has like metal-colored skin.
Well, it's all looks. It doesn't actually do anything.
Doesn't do shit. Yeah, she's just a flesh
No
person.
sus.
Okay. And this is what she looks like, basically. She does have some cyberware, obviously. Who doesn't? But she's just sitting there drinking a soda.
Doesn't look like oil.
Tin Man.
You'll be disappointed that you got a real robot.
Right. She has
Oh.
some cyberware entirely chrome.
Again, the skin, it's basically a skin replacement. It's not actually, yeah.
He's
Like
just
her
painted like a
toes
robot.
articulate, like they don't have like gears or anything in between them because it's just flesh.
It's like clip-on earrings. Just go all the way if you're gonna do it.
Yeah, it's an exact one for one.
That is identical to what the situation is here, yes.
Someone go intimidate her.
Shit, okay. Out a little late tonight, aren't you, Myth?
Huh? Who the fuck are you?
I'm gonna give Hungry one more chance with a longing stare as I reach into my coat.
Oh shit.
Hey, I'm gonna need you to clear the fuck out of here.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm hungry.
I ain't got nothing
Nice to
for
meet
you.
you.
She says, I ain't got nothing for
No,
you.
that's my name. That's my
That's my
name,
name.
smartass.
She'll stand up and kind of drop her can with like a clank, and she says, okay, I don't want any fucking problems. We already had a bunch of people fucking die, and the scabs are getting a little annoying, so yeah, whatever. And she'll walk away. She does not look like she's walking away with the intent to like remain gone. She's just giving you space. So you're pretty sure that like if left to her own devices, once you people fuck off, she'll probably just get back to her stew. She says scabs. Does Kincaid say scabs like in response?
Yeah.
Okay. She says, yeah, scabs. They show up every night. They bring drugs, and some people take them. And she says it in kind of a way that sounds like she's probably one of them.
Is this a big operation?
I don't fucking know what's big.
I don't know.
You know anything
I
else
don't know
about
enough
these
about
guys?
drugs.
Are they part of a gang? Can you tell?
Yeah, they're scabs, she says. She says, didn't you want me to fuck off? Why are you asking me questions? I can't do both.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
She'll kind of turn and walk away, heading southbound.
All right. So we go in.
So you move to the door, and you would note that the
What's
door.
going on in here?
You would note that the door has an electronic security system that seems to have been activated. It wasn't the case during the day, but for some reason it is now on.
I'll scan for Netta.
This is very bare bones. The only net architecture that you see present is for the sign that's directly above you, and that net architecture, that subnet, seems to be connected to like the advertisement bulletins, and it seems to be on the fritz. So it is showing an advertisement, but it's kind of like blurry and weird.
Now it does say.
It's probably an advertisement for real water.
All right, Squints, you're up. Get us in this fucking shit.
On it, boss. Electric security, or
While that's happening, while that roll's being rolled, I'm going to go ahead and go through everybody and ask. Kincaid, you're going in. There's a presumption that there might be scav gangers on site who are kind of psychopathic. Do you do anything preemptively before you enter into this place?
If I can access a database, I'll try to get information on the scavs.
Yeah, scavs are kind of like a nebulous group. Scav stands for scavenger. They're people who.
Okay, that's what I assumed, and they were like scrappers, but
They don't. They don't.
right. No. I'm saying I assumed wrong, but
They don't scrap parts. They scrap parts.
Oh.
People parts.
Squints, you hearing this? Oh wait, like real people parts?
Yeah.
that's not me.
Oh,
So
never mind,
They
Squints.
basically prey on the homeless, sell
Cover
them,
your eyes, Squints. You don't know anything.
sell them piecemeal, and they will do all sorts of different like tricks or traps to kind of get people into their boxes and sell them to the highest bidder. Sometimes it's to
What do you know, Hungry? I am your man.
I'm gonna murder all of them.
I'm making some busts. Police
Um,
presence really clears out the homeless, I'll tell you that much.
so you kind of have that information. Do you do anything else preemptively before entering into this place?
Do I know anything technically about what they do? Are they armed?
Typical gang, booster gang shit. Like it's going to be rifles, pistols, sort whatever they could get their hands on.
I'll relay what information I have to the others. Let them know there's a definite chance of opposition.
Mhm.
And they may be operating on premises.
Okay. You may come back to you. Hungry, you know you're going into the situation as it's been described. Is there anything you want to do preemptively before you walk into this place?
No.
Okay. Chody, you're busy cracking the door, so no stuff for you. Daniel, is there anything that you're doing preemptively? I think you might have stepped away. Oh, no, there he is.
I pull my rifle out. I make sure it's like actually in my hands
Okay.
before we go in.
So the rifle is out and up. Good deal. And grip.
Type it.
I mean, I guess I'll have my sniper ready, but
Again, if it's not what you feel comfortable going into a close quarters like this, you could do something different.
probably not.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going in ready.
Yeah.
To walk in, yeah.
Absolutely.
You don't have anything special.
With that, the door is opened. As you look inside, you can see that the space is kind of how you remember it. Security containers kind of all over the place. Like, big, tall, like, transportation containers.
I don't want to move yet. Sorry.
And looking at the situation too, to the left of the door, there appears to be about a 12-foot high scaffolding or like balcony area. And this seems to, at least from what you can tell standing from the outside looking in, the door up on the fire escape that also goes up to the roof, it looks like that door would probably enter into be kind of congruent with that space there. So if a firefight starts, someone might be able to pop out onto that fire escape and fire down at you outside of cover. The door's opened. Nothing happens. like there isn't an immediate response to the door opening. Kind of a big open warehouse that you're walking into. Does anybody step in first?
I would
Does
step
anyone-
back from opening the door because I know I'm not a frontliner.
Does anyone want to cover that fire escape? I'll gladly be the first one to walk in.
I'll keep an eye on the fire escape. I can come in afterwards. I'll just keep an eye on it.
I'll step in.
I walk up
As-
to the door, but yeah.
As you step in, Grip kind of takes a shoulder position on the wall behind you, and Squints kind of steps in directly behind you, kind of hiding in the wings of your coat. The light kind of like catches you, like it's kind of flickering here and there. There's some ambient light coming from what appears to be kind of the flickering of fire, and your hat kind of like tips down, shadowing your face as you kind of move into the space. This woman kind of like looks over at you as you kind of coolly walk into this this warehouse, and then drops down from her perch, sitting on these kind of containers here, and she says, "Hey, where the fuck's Silverhawk?"
On break.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna scan her face.
She'll say, "Oh shit, this again?" And she kind of like, as you're looking at her, like the red appears around her face. It does appear that she has a minor infraction on the law regarding loitering, and another one for jaywalking. But she doesn't seem to have anything that's kind of measuredly important. Her name is unimportant and forgettable.
Okay.
That's her middle name.
Unimportant and forgettable. Middle name and.
Unimportant, forgettable Wilson.
2077. They really
Get
fuck
down
with their
from there.
kids. They're like, you know what? Our last name's forgettable. Let's name her unimportant, middle name and. Got him. People do be naming their kids like that, though. It's like, haha.
Name it first.
What a funny joke. But she will kind of look at you and say that, and then she kind of like, tenses up and will kind of just hold her position there. Squint, since you're kind of measuring up behind Kincaid, and Grip, since you have kind of like a position there, I want the two of you to go ahead and roll perception.
19.
Mm-hmm.
Those good papers.
Okay. Grip, you're locked in on this girl. So locked in, the rest of the world is just...
Sure.
It's a mystery. Grip, that's the same for you. Because of that roll. But Squints, you notice that a woman kind of moves over to the railing of that balcony, and as she kind of gets there, she pulls out what appears to be a submachine gun and kind of aims it down at Kincaid.
11 o'clock, you got target on you.
Kincaid, what's your immediate response to that statement?
I'll draw a pistol.
Point it up
If you're
at
with
her?
us, if you're not with, huh?
You pointed up at her?
Yeah. At the person aimed at me
Yeah. So as she's
or
kind
above
of
us.
getting the SMG over, and you kind of like flare the pistol out and point it at her, I'm assuming that your intent is to intimidate her kind of into...
Yes.
Okay. So this is what we call a stare down.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
About time.
I know. It doesn't come up very often, but I want to make it more of a thing because it is pretty fucking rad.
Yeah, I talked myself out of a stare down perk because it doesn't come up enough. I might rethink that.
For sure. For some reason, my search for stare down, is it 2 words in the book?
Oh, that book. Don't even get me started.
I'm just going to do stare.
Reputation. Search reputation.
Yeah, that'd probably work. That's probably going to be a better bet. Reputation. I read it. Okay. Page 193. Reputation. Face down.
Face
It's called
down. Face down,
face
not stare down.
It
Got there
happens
safe.
so non-congruently.
Ever,
We
not
don't even
ever.
know what it's fucking called. It's probably referred to as a stare down in the homebrew shit I wrote. Wow. So you're gonna be making a cool roll plus a d10. It's going to be a reputation roll. There might be a button for that on the board.
There is. I don't know if I have anything assigned to it. Let me.
Yeah, your reputation for this. If you click that
Oh,
button,
I don't have anything put on reputation. There are buttons you should have made using your reputation.
For the purposes of this roll, your reputation will be your roll rank.
Okay.
You can add it after the roll, or you can modify
You want me to
it.
just roll lawman?
That works.
And then add cool to it, right?
And then add cool to it. So you
13.
rolled a 5. We're actually
8.
going to be adding...
15.
Your rank is 5. It didn't roll... Or it did roll 5. Got it. I understand, because it's rolling to get your backup here.
Oh, no, okay, so I'm sorry.
No,
it
it's
rolled
okay.
a d6 because lawman's weird.
Oh, no, it rolled a d10 if you hover over the 5.
No. If you hover over the
Yeah, we're hovering over the
rounds
5.
to arrive. Oh, you're just going with the 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you look, that's not the ranks, that's the roll. It says rolling 1d10
My bad.
equals 5.
My bad.
So 5 plus 5 is 10, plus your cool. What's
Cool
your
is 8.
Okay, so you point the gun at her, and she just like freezes in position. And what do you say to her?
If you're not with the scavs, drop your gun and get out. That goes for all of you.
She's very clearly, like to squids, she's very clearly dressed like a scav, but she does drop her gun and rush out the door here. This was not prompted, or this would have been prompted for you, Grip. So she comes out of the door and starts running down the catwalk stairs, kind of like in the same fluid motion. If you want to respond to that, anybody on the outside, you're welcome to. Okay, she's gonna run out. She's gonna run out as well and start moving southbound. This makes a decent amount of noise, but the space is kind of filled with chatter. It sounds like there's groups of individuals inside of the space kind of talking. And if you've ever been at like a convention or something, it's not like that many people, but like the ambiance is similar. It's like a very wide open space, and like a conversation that's going on over there is like you can hear it, but you can't hear it. You know what I mean? So once you've done that stare down and kind of locked that out, do you wish to advance into the space any further?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Coming around the corner here, you would see that there is a couple of guys on the south side, and they too are dressed like scavers, right? They are very much kind of wearing the accoutrement of a scaver. The main thing that kind of stands out for these is they have a mask over them that's kind of like a digital mask displaying like a hologram. And this serves two purposes. First, it makes them look cool to like electronic vision and the like. But second, any attempts to scan them are impossible through facial recognition. So what you would know is it's illegal for people to actually have these masks. So that's already a broken law. Like, if you're going the law enforcement route, they're already breaking the law. There are a couple of guys.
All excited.
There are a couple of guys who look like they are high as fuck, sitting on like this space here, and there's a lady across from them, kind of sitting on an old musky couch, also very very high. But yeah, as you come around to the scene, you'd see one other scaver, so 3 total. The very high individuals, and that's it.
Look over my shoulder at Grip and sort of nod for him to come with. But if nobody else is coming into the room, I'll start moving again.
Yeah.
Okay. The scavs
Behind you guys.
You coming out in bright yellow kind of suit, like long flowing duster coat, the light kind of hitting you in that perfect noir kind of way. As you come around that container, these 3 guys see you, and you can see that their hands are immediately going for their weapons. Like they are locked in to kind of protect whatever they have going on here. What would your response be?
Don't fucking do that. Do you know who the fuck I am?
Go ahead and make an intimidation roll, since you're not like you're kind of moving behind everybody, right?
Yeah, Hungry's
Yeah.
bringing up the rear.
Yeah, so wherever Hungry is, I just want to be like right behind him, right?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say that a stare down would be impossible, kind of like from the back line. Stare down's more of like a hard boiled kind of like.
I didn't want to double dip on stare down. I don't want to do it
No, for
too.
sure.
I want it to matter.
So you're making an intimidation roll here, I believe.
Can I give a luck point?
You can.
I'll give him another one.
Yeah, I'll use one too. Fuck.
What's that under?
Is it a thing?
Luck?
So
That's
persuasion.
very
Persuasion. I think.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think everything kind of just falls under the same window. I don't think intimidation is real. Let's double check.
There's interrogation.
That's
What
not
you
what-
might have
yeah.
been thinking of.
Persuasion. I was definitely D&D brained. Don't worry about that. Persuasion.
So this is with +3 luck.
Okay. So Kincaid, as you kind of like, pistol in hand, kind of like coolly walk into the space, they start going for the weapons. Grip, you kind of come in rifle, your fisticuffs, just come in looking badass and burly. And then Hungry comes in and says, "Don't even fucking try it, you know who I am," right? Who's breathing so hard in there, Mike? Oh, it's that damn cat again.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Ed
Pushes the
kid.
mic like into my mouth and
Yeah.
nose.
And it's not you breathing. It's not you breathing because it literally sounds like you're running a marathon. It's literally the cat brushing against the.
Oh, that's funny. I thought I don't know why I didn't have the cameras up. I thought it was like the cat was breathing.
So they will kind of lower their weapons and say, "What the fuck do you want?" And that would be this guy here who says that. What are you doing here?
I
Can
need
we
you to
move
clear
up?
the fuck out of here.
Deal.
Because Hunger needs to be
Yeah,
seen
we
here.
can-
Kind of looking at the situation.
I'll step forward.
Deal. And they kind of look at you confused, and we'll start kind of moving. The scavs kind of group up, and will kind of go. And they'll start walking past you if you let them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These three look high as fuck. This guy right here, he looks comatose. His art and his styling does look like a hard-working guy, but for whatever reason, you can see that there are track marks on his arms, and he is very much not conscious.
Are the other scavs helping any of them out?
Oh, the three scavs fucking dip. They do not give a shit. Like they will go if you try to assault them. They'll try to defend themselves, probably whinily, but they are going. If you're giving them the out, it looks like the scavs are very much like cockroaches, just fleeing for self-preservation.
Man, we're having a rough night. So we've got 4 individuals. At least 3 of them are semi-conscious.
3 of them are semi-conscious. They're definitely high off their face, though. You work in Vice, so you know it's the effects of glitter. Basically, have you seen the Dread movie, the 2012 Dread movie?
Yeah.
Glitter is kind of like the same thing, and like everything kind of moves slowly. It makes everything pretty. It feels ecstatic. It's pretty rad. For those of you who are into drunk use.
And the place is still pretty crowded.
No, it's just these 3 and that guy who's not moving. There doesn't appear to be anybody else here. It was way more.
Everybody else is starting to clear out.
It was way more.
I
packed.
thought that was still like the homeless camp. Like
It is, but it was way more packed
existing
when you came here before. A lot of people look like they're not even here anymore.
I use ping to make sure.
Yeah, there is no net architectures that these individuals are connected to. I will say, give me a D10 roll. I'll see if you're able to kind of catch the scavs before they leave and see if you can't ping them. That is you got a D10 for me? There we go. You are able to catch them before they leave. So when you kind of like ping them, they appear to be tethered to a hollow call with the three of themselves individually. But it looks like they just joined the hollow call based on the ping, and it seems that they're connected to at least 7 other individuals who are somewhere outside, across the street or something like that.
Yeah, those scavs, I think they were calling their friends, so just a heads up.
Yeah,
Works for me.
yeah, they probably are. Shouldn't be this fucking easy. Hey, you fucko! Did you hear what I said? Clear out.
The high people will kind of look at you as you're ruining their high. They'll gather
Are they
together.
wearing the masks?
These two are, yeah, I believe so. But they're not wearing like the digital masks. They just look like
Oh, okay.
they're wearing masks. Night City still smells bad. But
Fair. No,
this
fair.
this person here, they are absolutely out of it. They are not moving. But the other three will kind of like, and kind of do like weird like gestures of like annoyance at you, and then they'll start kind of heading to where they're being kind of carted to. But they definitely look like they are like running into shit and like absolutely blown out of their fucking proportions. But this guy's
I'm not
moving.
especially skilled in any kind of first aid, but I will go check on him.
Okay.
He doesn't appear to be a scav, or is he?
He is
You said he
wearing.
was just like an average Joe.
Yeah, when you get to him and kind of look at him, his like sleeves are rolled up, but he's wearing like a jumpsuit, which could be like an engineer or technician's kind of jumpsuit. It's like a Ghostbusters kind of jumpsuit. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Overalls, I think they're called, or like coverall. That's the
Coveralls.
one. And he's got a pair of sunglasses on, which are kind of tipped down a bit. You can see his eyes are kind of like open, but like they're not really registering, and they're like fully dilated. And when you kind of like touch him, it almost feels like he's dead. If you check him, first aid, kind of no roll needed. You just check for a pulse. He's got one, but it's very weak. You'd also notice that he has some pretty cool cyberware on him, and you're pretty sure that whatever has hit him drug wise is not regular market shit that you'd buy for a good time. This is like, um, you know, he was definitely given something to make him enter the state of comatose.
Oh, those scavs wanted him.
Pick off his sunglasses, scan his face.
Okay.
If nothing major comes up, I'll scoop him.
Yeah. So he will scan positive. There is a name present here. Hold on a second here. I gotta check my notes. Uh-huh. So his name is Adrian Ella, and according to NCPD scans, he's in the system for 2 reasons. First off, he served as a technician for NCPD Precinct 1 about 3 years ago, but he was terminated due to the fact that he was placed under probationary, placed under probation due to a drug charge. My brain didn't work
Okay.
good.
That was one of two, or that was both?
Wait, what?
I thought you said he comes up for 2
Oh, for 2 reasons.
counts,
He was a technician, and then the second reason he comes up is because
and
of the
because he was
drug
terminated
charge.
from that position.
Well, it's
Okay.
because of the drug charge, so he has like a record.
I'll scoop him up, throw him over my shoulder.
Okay. As you kind of start heading back to the group, Leo, you kind of mentioned what you mentioned. Are you acting any sort of way during the kind of waiting? Like you again are expecting something to happen here.
No, I'm just making sure I stay behind big guys. That's really it.
Okay. All right. So once you kind of gather the guy and start moving towards the door, all of the high people kind of make it out to the street. You hear kind of yelling out in the street, and you then hear gunfire. Then you hear a voice kind of yelling into the warehouse from somewhere, one of the two doors. You can't be sure yet. And with the time, unfortunately, we're right there on the cusp, but we can't do it this time. But you hear somebody yell in kind of like a Russian accent, a very thick Russian accent. You fucking bitches are parts! Welcome to the slaughterhouse, fucking bitches! And that is where the initiative would start, and we would begin the combat as you will start fighting scavs. That'll begin next session at the start. Hopefully we'll have Jonah. We'll have him kind of... His positioning is really bad for the situation. So we'll
put him with us.
Yeah. That's fine.
Don't do that to him. He followed us in.
Yeah, I don't want to leave him outside. That would have been silly. He's the muscle, so...
Yeah. We got everybody accounted for then?
Everybody's accounted for. We'll deal with some like minor moves, like minor movements before next session or at the beginning of next session. But pretty much this is where we'll start the fight. Thanks for watching those that did. Sorry the action didn't happen tonight, but it will start loud and on it next session. Thanks for watching.